Hey, chat. This is 100% Chill's fault.
Me.
Chill is the reason why the New York Knicks won the championship this year. New York, you guys should all be thanking Chill because, well, Chill worked his reverse magic to engineer the New York Knicks finals. But in all seriousness, the New York Knicks made history. This was a historical run. 15-3, fellas?
Yes, sir.
Or 16-3?
Yep. 16-3.
One of the best point differentials. I know Cat has the greatest point differential of all time. Jalen Brunson's top 10. Josh Hart is also top 10. This team won 13 games in a row?
Yes, sir.
It was they steamrolled through the playoffs.
And to add to your point, Ron, the average margin of victory by a team that has the average margin of victory of 10 plus points or more by a team that's lost 4 games or less in the playoffs. I want to put this on your mind, Mars. 85 Lakers, 86 Celtics, 91 Bulls, 96 Bulls, 2001 Lakers, Warriors in 2017. Those
one more time. Run that down one more time.
So again, 85 Lakers, 86 Celtics, 91 and 96 Bulls, 2001 Lakers, and the 17 Warriors. Let's put that. Those are the only other teams. I might have forgot somebody.
That's crazy. It don't matter.
I might have forgot somebody.
If you forgot one team, if one other team did that, regardless, like the class that this Knicks team is in, the table that they're sitting at,
yes, sir,
is almost unreal. And
yes,
I mean,
sir.
There'd be some people that come up here and say, "Oh man, I knew the Knicks were that good. I believe that they were going to do this and that. I believe that this team was, championship contenders and all of that." You might have knew they were good. It's no way people really believe that they were this good.
You didn't. You did not. You lying if you say you did. You did not know that they were this good. I'm on record saying it in the beginning of the playoffs. They were down to the Atlanta Hawks. I was like, Atlanta could beat them. I was saying that. I'm up here saying to you guys, Atlanta could beat them. How much they had put Jalen Brunson into action, how much they continuously hunted him, how much CJ McCollum just went after him on the regular. And the adjustment that Mike Brown made and his ability to protect Jalen Brunson as well as he did was incredible to me. And the run that they went on, I was blown away by that. Then on top of that, Ron, to your point of not knowing, the Celtics blow a 3-1 lead to a Philly team who is riding high. And Mars, how many Philly and what, Mars? Philly in 6, right? So Philly in 6. They had just come back from beating the Celtics. They had just come back from beating the Celtics. So they ready to rock and roll. The Knicks run by those dudes in 4 games. They don't get a game off of the Knicks. Not one game. And then the most important one for me, my Cavs, this is the year. They are more talented. All they got to do is do a better job on the glass. They've already gotten rid of the soft tag. Meanwhile, the Knicks steamroll these dudes in 4 games.
And don't forget about the 22-point comeback.
And that spearheaded it. Completely spearheaded it.
Game 1 of the series, 22-point comeback in the 4th quarter.
Steamrolled them. So we get to that point where now they're in the NBA championship, and the Knicks have basically steamrolled everybody. Now, my logic is, well, wait a minute. Why can't they steamroll whoever comes out the West? Nah, chill. The Western Conference is a lot better. It is what it is. It's just so much better. San Antonio gets 1 game off of them dudes. And the only reason why they got this game, I'm saying it because the president was in the house. If the president wasn't in the house, they smoked San Antonio in 4 games. San Antonio does not get a game on them dudes. We're not going back to San Antonio if the president doesn't show up. Nope. I'm saying it. I am 100% saying it. And I want to put something on my statistician, on my logical thinking. Mars, I want to put something on his mind. So Mars, Wemby said that they dominated the games. They dominated in stretches. Mars, would it surprise you that this San Antonio team, in the 5 games that they played, each quarter, so the first quarter, they're a plus 18 in points. Kick the Knicks' ass, plus 18. On average, plus 18. The second quarter, that plus 18, Mars, goes to -6. The third quarter, that -6 goes to -3 on average. And in the fourth quarter, that -3 goes to -4. So on average, this is what's going on. There are plus 18 in the first quarter. In the second quarter, there are -6, a -3, and a -4 on average, which says to me that you guys are losing most of the game, even though it looks like you're winning.
Yeah, but if the scoreboard says you're up, then you think you're dominating the game.
Correct.
So if you create enough big enough leads, at the end of the day, you're gonna feel like you dominating if you're up the whole time.
Correct.
Even if you've been getting walked down the whole time also. So I can understand why he thought that. But yeah, it got bad after the first quarter for the Spurs.
Literally got walked down, Ron.
Yeah.
Literally. But I'm sorry to interrupt, Ron, as you were saying. Mm-hmm.
No, you're not interrupting anything. It must be Spoka. The Spur. I'm still trying to have I still haven't been able to put it together. I don't know whether it's the Spurs collapsing or the Knicks just rising to the occasion, if you will. You know? I don't know if it's the Knicks snatching their chain or if it's the Spurs just giving their chain up. I don't. It was just crazy how every single game of the NBA Finals was literally a rerun. Spurs go up double digits.
Mm-hmm.
Knicks walk them down. And it's a slow walk down, too.
And you knew it was coming, too, Ron. Like, you knew it was, at some point, you knew it was going to happen. You knew it was coming.
Chill, what movie is that? That's Jason, where he just he don't never run. He just slowly walks you down. Kill.
You know he's coming. You know he's coming.
Chill, he never runs.
Mm-mm.
Now, the person he's chasing's running. He's never running. That's what it felt like for the Knicks. It was no panic, no hurry, no worry. We know that we're coming to walk you guys down, and we're winning this game.
Absolutely.
And then you can actually see it in the Spurs. Like the way they were playing, frantic, scared to shoot the ball, turning the ball over. It was crazy. You really could see the age in this series.
What I don't want to do, Ron, that's a fact. That part right there that you just said. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to put the onus on your man, Wemby and De'Aaron Fox more than I want to recognize how awesome a team the Knicks are. Like, we come up here all the time and we talk about how bad this guy is, how bad that guy is. And I understand that it's good for all of that good stuff. Yo, the Knicks got a bunch of utility guys. And what I mean when I say a bunch of utility guys, they got a bunch of guys that do everything that's necessary when it's necessary. You need buckets? I got a guy for that. You need a big-time rebound? I got a guy for that too. You need defensive stops? OG Anunoby can handle that. You need a jump shot or something like that to stop a run? Mikal Bridges can knock down an open jump shot. You need rebounding? We got glass cleaners. They got a bunch. They got a bunch of guys who do what's necessary when it's necessary to do it, and they lack the quote-unquote star power. Because if you think about, like, where's Jalen Brunson in the pantheon of stars? Like, do we talk about him like we talk about the rest of the stars in the game? I'm talking
right
about
now or yesterday?
Today
or yesterday?
The last 48 hours. I mean,
yeah,
Mars.
I'm not talking about today.
Mars and chill. Hey, yesterday's price ain't today's price.
No, it is not. No, it is
this
not.
Is the perfect example of that. Hey, man, just 6 months ago, we was high with gas, or maybe a year ago. I don't remember exactly when the switch for gas flipped. But hey, yeah, like 2 months ago. Hey, chill. It was all good just 2 months ago. Hey, I was able to drive to Shawty's house down the street. I was able to go to the house party, across the other side of the city, and come back, grab a new pair of clothes, take a quick shower, and then go back out for the after party. Hey, I was moving. Earlier in the day, I was at the beach with the homies. I was moving through the city. Hey, today, hey, you'll be lucky if I even get over there to go do that. It's yesterday's price, ain't today's price, and Jalen Brunson is a clear example of that. His stock is through the roof. But as you were saying, how are we talking about Jalen Brunson?
Well, that's the thing. Like, he's not really before before this happened, to Mars' point, these last 48 hours, I think have been vastly different than what we was talking about like a month ago. You know, he's the guy that gets hunted and he can't play defense and he's too small in order to win an NBA championship. So when you're talking about star power, Cat is soft. OG Anunoby is injury prone. Mikal Bridges disappears. Mike Brown has not shown that he can coach a team outside of LeBron James and win. Like, in terms of star power, there really was not much there. But now you got a bunch of utility guys, which I think Mike Brown used as best as anybody could possibly use. And I think that the theme on them is completely different. And I think that this New York Knicks team is a team of the ages. Like, if there was another team with stars who did what the Knicks did, we would be talking about them in a completely different light. But the fact that the Knicks, who don't have as much star power, I don't think we're talking about them as much as we should be talking about them. This team was incredible. 100% they were.
Well, the best net rating ever. So,
and we did that, Mars. I'm glad you brought that up. The best net rating, not in the last 10 years, Mars, not in the last 25 years. I'm sorry, one more time, Mars.
They have the best net rating of champions anyway, but they have the best net rating in NBA history in the playoffs.
And think about that for a second, Ron. And we did that with Oklahoma City a couple of years ago. And how are we talking about Oklahoma City? Like, they were a team of the ages.
OKC last year were plus 8.4 in the playoffs. Yeah. The Knicks were plus 15.4.
Yeah, they were in different stratospheres. Yeah, and they played way better too. That's
completely different.
This is
they had the best offense and defense. Sorry,
we live in a superficial world.
Hey, Alex, connect your mic, but keep going though. Do it,
bro. Connect your new mic.
Y'all decided to come up here and match today. That's cute.
I'm out here just whatever I got on. Mars. And then on top of that, Adam Carl Anthony Towns has the highest plus minus ever in the playoff run.
He does.
And then add in the fact that Carl Anthony Towns is the first center ever to go 50-40-90 on a playoff run as well. So this
Swipe it. And it ain't just 50-40-90. I think it's like 57, 45, 91.
Mm-hmm.
What did OG finish at? Because remember, OG was 55, 90 something for a second.
Yeah, but then he decided to miss free throws in Game 5.
Yeah,
he kind of threw a monkey wrench in what he was doing.
You don't shoot that many. A couple might hurt you. Yep, 85% from the line.
Damn, OG tricked the 50-40.
Yeah.
Damn, OG.
That's fine.
Missing a couple will do that to you, man.
Hey, by the way, so OG Ox, just so you know, this is just the scoring stuff. I'll get into the other stuff, the numbers later. OG Anunoby in this playoff run, so he averaged 21. So this is per 75, 21.9 points per 75 in the first round on a plus 17 relative efficiency. Philadelphia has 22.8 per 75, plus 18 efficiency. He sucked versus Cleveland, just 19 points on plus 7.3 efficiency. But then versus San Antonio, he averaged 21. Right. And then he averaged 21.9 versus San Antonio in the finals on a plus 15.8. So over the whole run in the entirety, he was a plus 14.7 relative on 21 points per game, which is, again, just like –
that's awesome. My thing, Chill, is you know how you were talking about how people would talk about these guys. And that's because, Chill, we live in a superficial world. You know what I mean? We live in a shallow place. You know what I mean? We live in that's just the I mean, it's not like this is new. It's always been like that for as long as I can remember. I don't know what the world was like back in the 70s and the 60s and in the 80s, but ever since I've been around, since the early 90s, this has been a superficial, shallow world. And that I expect this. Like, Karl Anthony Towns was the number 1 pick overall.
Yep.
But then you got a bunch of other guys on the team. Mikal was drafted fairly, high enough. But he was still, a side thought. You know what I'm saying? He got drafted to Philly and then got sent to Phoenix
on draft day, by the way.
For my man Smith, Zaire Smith. And his mom worked in the front office. Mikal's mother worked in the front office in Philly, and they sent the boy to the desert.
Damn, his mama ain't got no motion.
Nope,
none whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? None. Should have did some. Never mind. Anyways,
relax.
But I mean, Jalen, y'all think about it. Jalen Brunson, even after what Jalen Brunson did in those playoffs for the Mavs, when Luka got hurt and he still held it down till Luka got back, and they still didn't re-sign him. And I mind you, I'm not saying that like I was on board, like, oh, Jalen Brunson's next up, why would you get rid of him? I wasn't on that. I'm not going to pretend like I was, but I did think very highly of Jalen Brunson, especially after that run that he went on with the Mavs, and you think about these guys, OG Anunoby, people don't look at OG Anunoby the way I look at OG Anunoby. You know what I mean? Like, you got Landry.
I don't think
Shamet.
anybody looks at OG Anunoby the way you do, Ox. I think you might be the only one who looks at him like that.
Just me and God, chill.
Yeah.
Just me and God.
Hey, go get that shrine that you got of him.
Chill, brother. Then
Reach out and grab it. It's right there.
I don't even know why we're allowing Ron to speak today. He shouldn't even be allowed to utter words right now.
Silence.
Yeah,
silence, Ron.
Exactly.
Peasant.
Shut your mouth.
You got
Josh.
It's a new calendar year. Now I can understand if we were still in last season. It's a new
not
NBA
a new calendar year.
A new NBA calendar year. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's
yes,
not.
it is. The
That's
season
not
is
how that
over.
works.
The season's over.
Okay, which means
Calendar year starts in January for everybody.
A new NBA calendar year.
Except for China, I think.
It doesn't start until October. So
what do you mean it doesn't start? So this off season. So you mean to tell me that? So we're now in the off season. This off season is attached to last season.
Real
That's what you mean to tell me?
Can we get back to the title at hand here? You're supposed to be writing checks. You shut your mouth. How about that? Zip it. You're supposed to be passing out dough. That's what you're supposed to be doing right now.
Sure. You can't write a check that your ass can't cash.
But look, you still. I mean, and you still got Jose Alvarado. You know what I'm saying? A guy who forgot about. They talked about him highly when he was getting those steals on that run for New Orleans. Yeah. Jordan Clarkson, Landry Shamet. You know what I'm saying? Deuce, just a bunch of guys that people aren't. They're just like, they're side pieces. You know what I'm saying? With all due respect to them, I'm talking about how they're looked at. You know what I'm saying? People not really. And when you get a team that comes together and they get it done like this, I mean, I think it's great for the game. Mm-hmm. I think it's amazing, like, for these, because these players are all very good basketball players, regardless of how they're talked about. Everybody up here, we all know that these players are all very good basketball players. Sure. You know what I'm saying? And they got it done. Like Josh Hart. Josh Hart's not, he's not a cover girl. You know what I'm saying? But he's, you know what I'm saying, Swiper. You know what I mean? Like, he's not looked at like
it's Maybelline, like that,
right? He's not looked at like the guy, but he's definitely the guy. Like, Josh Hart gets it done. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember what he was doing last year in the playoffs? 15 rebounds. You know what I mean? Josh Hart is
fake shooting.
Hey, that shit go in, it go in, bro. I don't care what it is. Hey,
That's a fact.
The BBL sometimes still, you know what I'm saying? That shit sometimes hit, you know what I mean? So
hey, sometimes it still got the motion like a real, you know what I'm saying?
Especially if she naturally got some thick thighs and they match.
Yeah, exactly. Now she walking around with the ant legs. I don't know. That's different. It's a little different.
Yo, real talk. I didn't see you coming in the door. Real talk. What's up, brother? How you running?
What's up, Jay? How you doing?
I didn't see you come in either. I ain't gonna see you leave too. But
yeah, I bet.
Yeah, though, this Knicks team, we got to give them credit, man. Whether you believe they were as good as advertised, or whether you believe that they're as good as the numbers indicate, or whether you believe that they were the best team in the playoff field, it don't matter, because they clearly walked through the playoffs to this NBA championship. And you gave like Jose Alvarado credit. You just gave Josh Hart credit. I got to give Mitchell Robinson credit.
Yeah, my man Mitch. I forgot to bring up.
Because, like, anytime Cat's big fouling ass gets in trouble, he has to come in and redeem that team. And that offensive rebound where he bullied Wemby and snatched it, that was damn near the championship sealer right there. So I got to give him his credit. It was just, man, from top to bottom. And Mike Brown, too, utilizing the pieces that he had.
Yeah, that was a hell of a board right there.
Hell of a board.
I mean, that was great. It might have sealed the deal, but you know how I feel, Ron. I'm not the one to say that won the series, but that was a hell of a rebound.
Well, one of the
Yeah.
series was the OG and Anobi offensive rebound tip in to win the fourth game. I think going up 3-1 was huge. I think completing the comeback was absolutely huge just from a mental standpoint for the Spurs. Right. I think if the Spurs get game 4, they're already young and to I'm not saying this as a bad thing, but they're a very confident group. You know what I'm saying? If you listen to their post game pressers or answers, you know what I'm saying? They feel like, hey, we the best team and it's all on us. And even if y'all win, that's just because we didn't play the type of game that we needed to play. And they make that very clear. So I think they would have had a new level of confidence getting back into the series, winning 2 road games in a row. Right. But then they go up 29, game 4. Obviously, we know about the walk down. And then OG has the miracle tip in to go up 3-1. I think that kind of sealed the series right there. I think the Spurs kind of weren't bouncing back from that. But if we're talking about giving the Knicks credit, I just want to big credit to the front office. That's where I kind of want to start at. Shout out to Leon Rose, and shout out to taking swings and then not being content, not being, good with where you are. Because at first they signed Jalen Brunson and chill. I know some of us, we remember when they signed Jalen Brunson to that $25 million per.
What do you guys
people
doing?
Thought they were out of their mind. People thought like, hey, you giving Brunson too much money. Now, a few years after that, we were like, oh, they got Jalen Brunson on a really good deal. But when it first happened, people were questioning that money and that deal because Jalen Brunson was just, a backup guard in Dallas, right?
Yep.
And then you continue forward. You have Julius Randle on the team, and Julius Randle is giving you all NBA caliber seasons. But the front office says, hey, we think we can get even a little bit better with adding a Karl Anthony Towns. And even then, if y'all remember, some people were questioning if Karl Anthony Towns was overpaid because of the series he was just coming off of against the Dallas Mavericks where he didn't play well, and he was making around $50 million a year. So if I'm correct. They also spent all that draft capital on Mikal Bridges. Some people said, hey, you spent too many picks on Mikal Bridges, right? Some people think OG Anunoby was overpaid with the $40+ million per year deal. You get him on the team. You sign him to that contract. And all of that
contract in the NBA.
All of that manifests itself into what? Going from good to great. Even the firing of Tom Thibodeau. Some people would have been good with, hey, we're making it to the ECF every year. You know what I'm saying? We have a really competitive team. But guess what? The front office is like, no, we can do better. Right? We fire Tom Thibodeau. We hire Mike Brown. Right? The coach that Ox hates, but he's really good. And then they win a championship because of it. So shout out to not being good with where you are. And they went from good to great, which is, a hard transition to make. And if you get some of those moves wrong, you go from good to not as good to bad. But they were able to transition up and they got themselves a championship. Shout out to the front office.
Real talk. I just could you please stop saying that? Because people are really gonna start believing you. Like
it's the truth.
The chat, they hear these things and then they believe them. And like I don't want people to believe that.
You be hating on Mike Brown. It's cool.
So you telling me that your girl don't do stuff every once in a while and you be disgusted with it for a couple days? That don't mean you hate her.
What is it though? What is it that's
I just think that this group, I
hate her for a couple days, Ron. But shit,
I think that what they put together with this group, I think that what they put together with this group is they put together a group of a bunch of utility guys and a coach who utilized every last one of them. I think that's the most important part because I think the separator with Tibbs was Tibbs would actually dig into his bench, but he wouldn't dig into it as deep as he could have and stuck with those guys as long as he could have. I think Mike Brown, because remember, Shamet was on his bench too, and Shamet hardly played. Mike Brown maximized him, right? He had Jordan Clarkson is on that bench. He wasn't on Tibbs' bench, but I don't think that Tibbs would have maximized Jordan Clarkson as much as Mike Brown did, right? He played Miles. Kolick, I think he tried to play Kolick, but then Kolick ended up finding himself out of the rotation. But he did play him during the regular season. But guys like Mitchell Robinson, his rotation got much bigger as the playoffs went along. And I feel like with him doing that, I feel like it really emptied out a lot of what San Antonio had, because this is the second time that they got their rotation players got outplayed by both the Knicks and Oklahoma City, both of them.
But you're so, I don't know why like Tom Thibodeau's a great. He's one of the greats. I think Tom Thibodeau is gonna always get his respect. But what he was doing for the New York Knickerbockers, it was criminal. Like it was absolutely criminal. It was terrible coaching. Like Tom Thibodeau is treating that team like a high school basketball team. Like on a high school when you got like two goers. You know what I'm saying? You got a shooter. You got a real solid white boy who's not going to miss free throws and doesn't turn the ball over. Mm-hmm. And then you just got a bunch of kids
that play other sports.
Like
cross country runners.
Yeah,
a bunch of swipers, middle linebackers that are just here to, get fouls.
You got that one kid that's a bruiser, but he can't hardly dribble. He can't.
That track athlete where he's really just an athlete.
He's a 6'1" power forward, and we're trying to win state. You know what I mean?
He can jump though. He can run a jump, but it's like
he clumsy. He can't dribble and run. Chill. He was coaching like he had a team like that. Like this is high school, and like we have a shot at state because we got two absolutely phenomenal players. You know what I'm saying? And so now it's like, I'm not playing you guys. You know what I mean? Like that's how Tom Thibodeau was doing it, and you just it's crazy, Chill, because these are professional basketball players. Put them in the game. You know what I mean? Like it's
no, he's right though. He's right though, real
it's
talk.
ridiculous.
Use these dudes. I got 12 guys. I got 13 guys. Like you don't only have to use 6 of them. No, you could use as many of them as you can possibly need. I mean, absolutely use these guys.
So this is also.
They gotta give you a reason to put them in the game, though. They gotta give you.
It's interesting that Mike Brown. It's interesting that Mike Brown. Really quickly, Swipe, and I want you to stay right there. It's interesting that Mike Brown found minutes for these guys, but Tibbs couldn't.
He found a reason. Real Talk just said you got to give him a reason. Mike Brown found a reason, whether it was one of his players being in foul trouble or whether I need one specific thing from you. Like one thing as a coach, you have to instill confidence in your players in what you want them to do. Not what you don't want them to do or what they can't do, what you need them to do. And so Huck Porty, I need you to come in here, rebound, and do your best to contain Victor Wembanyama. I don't need you to come in here and give me a double-double. I don't need you to give me a double-double. I don't need you to come in here and score 10 points in 3 minutes. I need you to come in here, be a big man. Jose Alvarado, I need you to come in here and do what you do best. And that's muck up the game. That's turn up the tempo. That's you come in here and be Jose Alvarado. Be a Tasmanian devil. And so like Mike Brown was able, Jordan Clarkson, you come in here and do what you do best, and that's get buckets. And in the limited amount of time that he played, Jordan Clarkson came in there and got key buckets. And so as a coach, you got to know who your players are, and you got to know what you want them to do and what they can do and give them that confidence. And Mike Brown displayed that perfectly throughout this whole playoff run.
Ron, it's like Mike Brown's one of those coaches that if he had Luke Cornett, we would look at it differently.
Maybe.
Because I look at it that way. I don't look at it like how y'all look at Luke Cornett. Like how Swiper's disgusted right now because I brought Luke Cornett.
He's not as good as Mitchell Robinson. There's a big difference there.
I'm not even comparing him to Mitchell Robinson at all. And that's my point right there, Swiper. I love basketball coaches like Mike Brown. You know, I'm gonna bring up Mike Tomlin again.
There's no
there's
things he cannot do that Mitchell do.
Right, but that's not my point. Nobody was saying anything about Mitchell Robinson.
You're not listening.
I'm talking about how Ron brought up Huck Porty. I'm bringing up Mike Tomlin again. You got to want to coach these dudes. If I got Luke Cornett, I know that you're not going to come out here and have a positive RP,
whatever that stuff
whatever
is.
It was that y'all said he had. You know what I'm saying? I know that the stats aren't going to favor you. I know that to the untrained eye, you're going to look trash. But for me, I just need you to try to get your hand on every rebound. I need you to just be big in the paint. I know you're going to leave this game with playing 12 minutes, have 4 rebounds, 2 points, and that's it.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to utilize you for what you're here to do. You're here to not let us get blown out while Victor Wembanyama is resting, catching a breath. And just just be big. Just do what I need you to do. And a lot of times for some players, it looks like a sacrifice. You might look like a sacrificial lamb, where it's like you're not here to win your minutes. You're not going to win your minutes. You know what I'm saying? You're just here for just quick utilization of what you can do. You just be big for a second, bro. Just be big. Don't let them just get 7 dunks straight. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Swiper, do you think that a guy who's not as good as another player can do more than the other player in limited minutes?
No, I think Luke was phenomenal in the regular season, and I think he was really good in most of the playoffs. I think the issue is that when he got into the Thunder series, there was just like there's nothing you can do about like the massive athleticism and length difference between him and the other players, and then that he just couldn't play. I think in this series he was better, but then they just were dog water when Victor wasn't in the game for the most part. So like it wasn't even like a Cornette thing. Cornette was incredible this year, and I championed that obviously throughout the season. But I think when I'm looking at Mike Brown's situation and why I thought Tom Thibodeau last year needed to be fired and why I was so high on Mike Brown getting there in the first place is that Tom was very much too reliant on Brunson and Cat being like these like super uber duper usage players. And I think he did not utilize the personnel as well as he could have. And then on top of that, like he also didn't have the same amount of depth. I do think them going and getting Jose Alvarado ended up mattering. Like that was an incredible ad for Leon Rose and World Wide West. That was incredible. Like he does so many things as a small guard, like the shooting, the passing, the layups, the transition, the defense, the screen nav. He squeezes on pick and rolls. Like, and then you add, you get rid of Yabusele and all that, and you add players like that. Jordan Clarkson, I thought had really good minutes. What was it? Actually, in the game that they lost, I think it was the second quarter. Jose Alvarado and Jordan Clarkson were the ones that actually were keeping them in the game. I think they completely rebuilt their offense around Karl Anthony Towns and Brunson. Like, I thought, Karl was the hub for me for most of the playoff run. Like, he was incredible for them offensively. I thought he became a great defensive anchor as well for most of this run. I think that if you look at like the way they're using OG, and some of this is also just like everybody had like a role to play, and everybody felt confident in their role. And I think that's one of the reasons why the Knicks were what they were. And really, even from the start of the year, outside of that little December scrum they had for the rest of the season into the playoff, I just think everything was so defined. But they also weren't defined by like restriction. They were just defined on this is how your role within the flow of this offensive defense is going to set up everybody else. And everybody else believed in that and committed to that. And I thought Brunson, had some really low moments defensively in the playoffs. And I think even in that last game and early on, like it wasn't looking pretty. But the thing is, what makes Brunson what he is, that he has this ultimate like green engine. Like I'm always ready for the moment and ready like to make a play that turns the tide of the game. And I think he had, I can't remember the first quarter if he had like 12 points or something like that. Or it might have been 8 points. And then I think he had 14 points or something, 15 points. I can't remember what the exact number is. But it's just like, I think Mike Brown doesn't get a lot of credit for in Sacramento. It's the same thing with Sacramento. That when Ox had the De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk and Kevin, Kayvon Herter, and like obviously Domantas Sabonis. He just does a great job of pulling the best out of players and helping them to be the best version of themselves. So, I mean, I just think he's incredible, man. I think he, got blamed obviously for a few situations that weren't his fault with LA and Cleveland. And then now, like I said, he's a unanimous coach of the year 3 years ago, and then coach of the year in 2007 or whatever that was, and then now for you to be an NBA champion, like it's just crazy, dude. Like he's a Hall of Fame coach, and I legitimately believe it. I said this on Instagram already, like on a little video we did. Like I think this is one of the best playoff teams of the 2020s, like or not 2020, but 2000s period. Like performance.
I think, to be honest with you, I think it's ever. But to real talk, you've been high on the Knicks all year long. Like it's kind of been going in one ear and out the other with me because I was wrapped up in Cleveland. I'm not going to argue that, and I was sticking to my stance. But if I look at this roster from this year as opposed to last year, so Precious was on the crew last year.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, Cameron Payne was on the crew last year. The French kid, what's his name?
For the Spurs or play for the. No.
Play for the Knicks. The French kid.
Yabusele.
That's what I'm talking about, Mars. Yabusele was on the crew last year. And so those three guys are gone. So Shamet was on the crew last year. So in addition to Shamet being on the crew last year, Kolek was on the crew last year. Huckaporty was on the crew last year. And these guys are rooks, right? These guys are rooks. Now the guy, Diate, he was on the crew last year. He didn't play much. And I think he was on the crew this year too, if I'm not mistaken.
He was.
Yeah, he was on the crew this year. He didn't play much. But the guys that got switched out. So you switch out you switch out Precious for Clarkson. This kid Shamet starts to play more. You switch out Cameron Payne for Miles. Miles just plays more.
Well, Alvarado too.
And
Alvarado too, yeah.
You switch out Cameron Payne for Alvarado, and Miles plays more. So it seems to the point that I'm making is it seems like a lot of those guys that were there last year were there this year, and it looked like they made to their bench. They didn't make major adjustments, just minor adjustments. You add Jordan Clarkson, you add Jose Alvarado, who was in New Orleans earlier this year, by the way. It wasn't like they got him in and I feel like Mike Brown, he had a limited amount of time to add these dudes. And I think the fact that he was able to get Jose Alvarado into the rotation and play him the way he was playing him and give him the confidence in order to keep going, like the fact that he benches Mikal Bridges and keeps Alvarado on the floor, that's huge nuts to do that. That is, even though it was the right thing to do, by the way. It was 100% the right thing to do. That's huge nuts to do that. And I think that's the separator when you're talking about really, really good coaches.
Yeah, I do think what's important about and you spoke to the experience part time and time again. Also, Ox did as well. Like when you're a group, right? The Knicks are kind of a veteran group that's been through some things, right? It's not really a young player in the rotation for real. Like all of these players have gone through things they've lost, right? Which is very important. When you've lost enough, right, and you've gotten your heart broken enough, when you get back in that position, you try to make sure, that you don't do that ever again to yourself. And so last year, what's funny enough is that Indiana was walking the Knicks down every game in their series, and then they come back and walk everybody down in their playoff run, especially the Spurs this time. But the veteran players and the veteran leadership, it gets like a Jordan Clarkson, who's never been known as a defensive player, to buy in as defensively and start picking up full court and being a solid point of attack defender in the regular season and everything like that. Shamet, who was a late addition, last minute addition to the team, he comes in. He's a vet, right? He knows what he's supposed to do. Go out there, play hard defensively, knock down shots. Does that at a really high level. Brunson and Cat, even though, Cat had the quotes throughout the season, I could tell throughout the season, Jill, he didn't even really like his role from time to time. You could tell he didn't like that he wasn't as involved offensively. But guess what Cat did? He bought in. If I can't get the ball from a pass, I'll get it off the glass. You know what I'm saying? He was killing people on the boards. He was buying in as a defensive player. And so once you've lost enough, Ox, you just try to figure out a way to contribute to winning. And that's what the entirety of the Knicks squad did.
I could definitely
real talk. We talked about this before, and I like to bring up the fact that you gotta buy in. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna have success if we're just doing this. If we're just doing this, we're not gonna have success. So if you got a really good coach and a really good team, and the coach doesn't buy into the team, you're not gonna have success. If you have a really good coach, a really good team, and the team doesn't buy into the coach, you're not going to have success. But if you have you've got a good coach, a good team, and they buy into each other, we can make something happen here. And there's even times where you can have a really good team and mediocre coach. If we buy into each other, we can still succeed, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Like it's about like what you said with Cat. Like once he was like, okay, this is not what I thought it was going to be, but let's get down. We saw Karl Anthony Towns being one of the best. I called one of the best players in the playoffs for the majority of it.
You can say it, Ox. It's
No,
okay.
no, remember he was the best player wire to wire. Remember,
you can say it.
Just last week.
That's not.
I didn't agree with that. By the way.
Just last week, he was the best player wire to wire.
He was.
Please don't put words in my mouth because I thought Cade was playing.
I just watched the
better than
basketball game.
everybody.
I'll tell you, brother.
So with that being said, like he was able to do that and he wasn't averaging 25 and 40.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It was what was he averaging, 15 and 12 or something?
Well, it was like 17 and
17
12 at the
and
time
yeah.
before the series.
Right.
And then the referees just said, "You're not going to have a great series scoring. We're just going to take you out of the game every time we go."
And that's adversity to
The
deal with.
refs say take that boy out the game. Cat is
Ron,
who he is.
They called a foul on Cat when Big
this-
Wembanyama literally had his arm in there holding him.
Okay,
And Cat's
it was
just going to the rim. That
it was
shit
a couple.
absurd.
It might have been a couple fouls that were questionable.
It ain't Mike, Ron.
But chill.
When he had 17, 7, and 6 in the first half of game 2, and he was bullying everybody. What happened the very next quarter? In the first
I'm not
3
talking about a specific game.
Exactly.
I'm talking about who Carl Anthony Towns is. Who is Carl Anthony Towns?
Carl Anthony Towns, he's just too physical for these soft.
Okay, and that could be the case, but he is foul prone though.
Ron,
That's the only point I'm making. Carl Anthony Towns is foul prone. That's the only point I'm making. That's the only point I'm making. Swiper, I'm not answering your question. The only point I'm making is Carl Anthony, because Carl Anthony Towns is who he is. So I'm not.
Why can't you bring up his defense?
His defense was
Not
good.
anymore.
What does his defense have to do with him being foul prone?
Okay.
Goddamn, you and Penn do this. You and Penn, no. All last season, all you and Penn did was do this. I refuse to let you guys do this next season. You and your twin.
What is that?
Can you read?
I'm moving the goal. The same way y'all move the goalpost, I'm moving the goalpost. The same way y'all move the goalpost, I'm moving it now. I don't want to talk about Cat. Oh, you and Penn. All you guys do is do this. We try to make straightforward points and kick straight points, and you and Penn do this.
What are you talking about? What goalpost? Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking to you.
Because I was talking. I made the initial point. I made the initial point about Carl Anthony Towns being in foul trouble, and now you want to talk about his defense.
Shush.
All right, move the goalpost again. Move it again.
People are not bringing up because Ron doesn't want to do this thing. He wants to
move it again.
PPG in points is that he was one of the best defensive players the entire run in the Eastern Conference, and also led a 102 defense. Like that, I don't think people realize. Like he was legitimately great wire to wire defensively, including in this series. Now
he led it.
Was down. Yes, he was the anchor. Yeah, including, but in this series, his scoring was down.
Doing that real talk. I'm not.
That's fine. Or whatever. No. Like again, people can feel whatever. The numbers. Everything.
He was their best defensive rebounder. I won't argue.
No. The tape tells the story.
Okay, the tape.
What was the defensive rating when Mitchell Robinson was on the court? I'm interested. Just in on.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. Because Swiper, this is what you say.
Flustered for?
Here's the problem, Swiper. I mean, here's the problem, real talk. Because he literally just told us that he uses his eyes. This is what he told us. He said he uses his eyes, and then he wants to talk about the defensive rating, right? So one of the two things.
I'm trying to tell y'all.
One of the two things.
The defense was better with Cat on the floor than
the defense,
Robinson.
and I'm not.
That's all he had to goddamn say.
I'm not going to argue.
I'm assuming he didn't have the numbers.
It was a one. I was looking it up. It was a 103 for Cat, and then it was a 109 for Mitch. Now again, like that's not even the basis of the argument. But like a 103 for an entire playoff run, you all.
That's impressive. Yes, it is.
No. But it's not just that. Like again, it doesn't matter because Cat has a perception, and Ron's not going to watch the tape to explain why he believes what he believes. But the issue is
I didn't say anything about Cat's play. All I said was Cat is foul prone, and that's the truth.
And he is. But wasn't that perception being thwarted when he was in Minnesota? Like that Minnesota defense was awesome, and it was awesome because of Rudy. But Cat was doing a lot of things to help that defense, right? So then we get to these playoffs. I mean, he still has the perception and he still has the tag of being soft, but I think that a lot of that got deaded because I'm standing on it. I think Cat, with the exception of Joker, I think he might be the best defensive rebounder in the game. And you guys know how I care about rebounding. I care about rebounding. When you holding a team to one shot, especially when you get into the meat and potatoes of the game, that's a huge deal. And I think Cat is one of the best at that. And I thought Cat did block some shots. That's not to say that, teams aren't going at him, because I don't think that they fear him like that. But I do think that he stood up defensively. As an anchor, I just don't look at Cat like that. That's probably my issue.
I mean, even if he's like anchoring I'm not even I'm not concerned about that terminology. It's the leading, to me, once you start using words like that, now I'm thinking of people like Rudy Gobert, Victor Wembanyama, Chet Holmgren, like leading the 102 defense. When I was watching the Knicks, my thought process was like, man, Cat really out here leading it? No. That wasn't the perception when you're watching the game. Now I'm gonna finish what I'm saying, and then you could talk. So he was leading, he was participating in a really good defense, and he was doing it well. Absolutely. I'm not taking any credit away from Cat. He was good defensively this series, but this playoff run. But OG's out there, right? I'm pretty sure we all would say he's a better defender than Cat. Mikal Bridges was really good, containing ball handlers like Tyrese Maxey, and the likes.
Also a better defender than Cat, by the way.
Who else? Josh Hart was solid, in my opinion. Also, like Shamet coming off the bench, he was really again, I'm not taking away any credit from Karl Anthony Towns. He was fantastic. It was fantastic. Absolutely. But leading the 102 defense to me is a bit of a stretch. It's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah.
Yo, fellas, we got some good super chats. I want to get around to these, but we've talked about everybody throughout the Knicks. We talked about their coach. We talked about the role players, but y'all know who we need to be talking about right now. And right when we get back, oh, come on, chill. You know who we need to be talking about. Right when we get back, we are going to talk about why Jalen Brunson is absolutely him. But before we do that, we got to go to Splash Sports and pay our daily dues because, well, I got debts to pay. Y'all got rent to pay. Some people got other people in their lives that they have to pay. I'm not going to, quantify what that could be, but all I know is that Splash Sports is a good place where we can all make some money based on basketball, based on baseball, based on soccer, based on whatever sport that you like. They have it on there, and it's one good way to get into the game. And there's one good reason why you should want to get into the game. One, because Splash Sports has the highest multipliers in all of DFS. Two, because they have the easiest opportunity to actually win that money in all of DFS because you're playing against other fans and real people. You're not playing against the rig system or the house or a sports book. So it gives you a higher chance and better odds to actually, cash out and win money on Splash Sports. When you use code CHOICE, you will get 100% deposit match up to $50 and 100% quick picks boost. We are going to get into the game right now. The thing about it, fellas, is the NBA season is over. But that don't mean that quick picks on Splash Sports is over. We got a lot of things that we could play, and it's one sport in particular or one league in particular that we are going to lean on heavily in this offseason. Well, it's the offseason for the NBA, but it is in season for the WNBA, and we are going to get active.
Ariel who?
Big Ox. What?
Ariel who?
Epstein.
Stop. We're not. We're doing an ad right now, Mars. For
Big Ox, can you? Yeah. Thank you. WNBA quick picks. Oh, there you go. Real talk. Which is
hey, Ox. I know you tried to act like you didn't see what happened the other day. I know you tried to act like you didn't see what happened, but she was walking YOLO goat down. She was walking YOLO go down. But
that girl you mean real.
Give me over on the PRA.
The same thing to him.
More. He wants more.
More. Excuse me. More. Give me more of the PRA. Thank you.
Yo.
You mean she's not the point guard? Is that what you mean?
Huh? What?
She ain't look like her. She ain't look it.
Let's go K-Mac more than 2.5 assists. Actually, you know what? Damn that. Bridget Carlton. Shout out Bridget Carlton. We're going more than this 12.5 points. That's easy money for Bridget.
Big Ox, there's a wonderful person that I'm looking for. Can you scroll down?
Could you just tell me your name?
Keep scrolling. No, keep scrolling. Yeah, keep scrolling. All right. Her first name is Veronica, and her last name is Burton.
Okay, I got you. That's all you have to say.
I would never take the less on her ever. Give me just take the more on everything. But I'll take let me get them 2.5 or 1.5 threes.
That's good money.
Hey, Chad, we ain't never taking a less on her.
Shout out Veronica Burton, hell of a basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she more than just a hooper.
Good morning, Mr. Ox. Can I take a look at
All right, sir.
Can I take a look at Miss Cameron Brink's line, please, sir?
Absolutely, here she is.
Them 4.5 rebounds. Ox, I'll have a tall glass of Cameron Brink this morning. Thank you very much.
I ain't mad at you.
Thank you very much.
Killer Cam, easy money.
All right, well, that's how we gonna rock on Splash Sports today. If you like our picks and if you watch the WNBA, then you know that these are good picks. If you don't watch the WNBA and you need a little assistance, well, we just gave it to you. Either way it goes, we will be on Splash Sports making WNBA picks all summer long. We'll make a couple MLB picks too, but for the most part, WNBA is going to be the sport that we lean on because, well, we all love basketball, whether it's men's basketball or women's basketball. You guys get in the game by scanning this QR code. Make sure to use code CHOICE so you can get the highest multipliers in all of DFS and 100% deposit match up to $50 and 100% quick picks boost. We will see you guys in the winner's circle. That was fun, wasn't it? All right, fellas, we do got some super chats. We do. But before we get to these super chats, we just have to talk about Jalen Brunson. Now, I want you guys to know what we're going to do for the rest of the show. We'll talk a little bit about Jalen Brunson. We'll read some of these super chats, and then we are going to do a Jalen Brunson versus the field. Now, I have 10 point guards, all-time point guards. Some of them still playing right now. Some of them played many moons ago. But I have 10 good point guards, and we are going to talk about Jalen Brunson versus each and every one of these point guards. And then, in light of Jalen Brunson getting the Finals MVP, I dug back. I did some research a little bit, and I looked at all the Finals MVPs from each decade. Now, obviously, this decade, we have 7 different Finals MVPs. And I wanted to go back and compare this decade's Finals MVPs versus the Finals MVPs of the past decades. So we got a Finals MVP team from each decade, and I want you guys to, pick which one that you guys think is the best decade and all of that good stuff. So we'll do that as well. And Damo should be pulling up anytime soon, sometime soon. And we're just going to have a good ass episode. It's the first day of the off season. We really going to bring in the off season the right way. However, before we do that, Jalen Brunson obviously got Finals MVP. Throughout this whole playoff run, he led the playoffs in scoring with 28 points. Throughout this whole playoff run, he has backpacked this offense, a historic offense. And in the finals, yes, he had two rough games to start out with, but the man averaged 32 points. That is what, top 5 all time? 4 or 5 in the finals?
Third amongst guards, Jordan and Jerry West. The only other dudes that do that.
And I believe it's still top 5 all time, though. Third amongst guard, but I think it's top 5 all time. Either way it goes, Jalen Brunson put on a historic scoring performance. And we got to talk about it. That closeout game, 45 points, 14 to 27 from the field. He scored 45 points, and the Knicks scored 49 points without him.
Yeah.
45 of the 94 points.
Which means that he had
Jordan.
Yeah, he had it. He basically just said, "Yo, if we losing, it ain't gonna be because of me. Not tonight. We're not losing." He was doing everything as a bucket getter, Ron. Everything as a bucket getter, and I was loving it. He knocked down the mid range. He got to the rim. He got to his short game. He knocked down the long ball. He was great in transition. He consistently kept the pressure on the San Antonio Spurs defense. Consistently kept the pressure on their defense, which I'm loving, by the way. And he proved that you can win it with me. I'm the dude. You can 100% win with me. Now, there's some people. There's some people that, there's still questions about. You can win it with me though. Put the ball in my hands, and I'm the guy that'll take us there. And I think that when him going off like he did, I thought he was going for 50. To be honest with you, that's what I thought it was going to take in order for them to win. To be honest with you, real talk, I thought he was going to have to get 50. I say that to say, with him doing that, I think that those guys, they knew how to get out the way, but they also knew to get involved too, right? They knew when to get involved, but then they knew when to give him space and let him operate. Like we're operating off of him tonight, and it worked. It 100% worked, and I think that this is one of the all-time great performances from a lead guard in the postseason that I've seen, and I've been around for a little while. I have, and I'm talking like Isaiah Thomas. I'm talking about Curry. This is one of those kind of performances that a guy, when we're talking about getting busy, yeah, and I loved every bit of it. He was incredible. Yes, he was, and I think it deserves more than a golf clap.
Mars hating. It is what it is. I'm looking at
that was just genuine applause. I'm just not about to do this on the camera. So he's getting
Well,
that's why I didn't say. I didn't proclaim
looking like a raw with. Look like a raw.
I can't say. I'm already. You know what I'm saying. But if I say golf clap, this is a golf clap. If I say golf clap, but if I'm doing this, it's just applause. I have to proclaim golf clap.
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
Yeah, so if I don't say golf clap, it's genuine applause. If I say golf clap, it's golf clap.
But this is where it gets tricky, Mars, because now we're going to put him in conversations because Ron brought up the list. My question to you guys is, if we're putting him over somebody, is he close to that person a week ago? Two weeks ago, the person that we're putting him over, was he close to this person?
It doesn't matter. He didn't have a championship 2 weeks ago.
Okay, I got you.
It doesn't matter.
I'm starting to I don't like this logic. I don't like this logic because 2 weeks ago he didn't have 45 in the closeout finals game either. We have to stop acting like legendary performances doesn't sway your perception. It happens. Like,
it does.
That's what we're playing the game for. You're playing the game to win, and you're playing the game to perform.
Sure.
So if he puts on a legendary performance, it should slightly sway your opinion about it. Now, obviously, to me, he's not. Some of the names I've been seeing online and some of the stuff is ridiculous. I get it. But your perception of Jalen Brunson
can't hear you, Ron.
should slightly change a little bit. The man just did something
incredible. I don't have a problem. That part I don't have a problem with. If you want to change the perception, okay, that's fine, because he did do something. He did do something that's extraordinary, and for him to do that, what did I say? It was just Jordan and Jerry West. No, Curry did that too, by the way. Yeah, Curry did that too, by the way.
Chill. The other thing too is
Curry did what?
He's good.
Averaged a lot of points.
No, he scored more than.
He ain't do this.
Scored more than 40. Scored more than 40.
Rod, don't start no shit.
He ain't do this. He ain't do this.
When we do this, Jalen Brunson versus the field,
in the closeout game.
Not a closeout game.
Yeah, when did he do that?
More than 40 in the finals. That's what I mean. Not in the closeout.
Yeah, he had 47 against the Raptors, and he had 42 against the Celtics.
Yes, sir.
One of them.
But chill before we do this, because people do this thing where, but he only had one good game. Well, before you speak on how good you think Jalen Brunson played or did not play, what I need you to do first is understand what his job description is. Everybody doesn't have the same job description. Jalen Brunson's job description is to score the basketball by what, Swiper? By any means necessary. I know you don't follow Malcolm X, so never mind. Any means necessary. Whatever it looks like, whatever it takes, get a shit ton of points. That's your job description. Your job description isn't to cater to efficiency FC. Your job description isn't to give a shit about what spreadsheet FC says. Your job description isn't to shoot 45% from 3. It's not to shoot 60% from 2. Your job description is to put that round thing in that other round thing. By any means necessary.
And as
If it
much as
means to shoot,
possible.
if it means you shoot 50 shots and you make 18 of them, do that shit 4 times so that we can get that Larry O'Brien.
As much as possible.
That's what Jalen Brunson's job description is. So why y'all want to say he played terrible in what was that, game 1, whatever y'all want to say, because he did this on these splits, that splits, this shot, that shot, whatever it may be. He came through. He had his 13 in the fourth. OG had his 12 in the fourth. If he scored 31%, if he scored 31 points on 31% efficiency, that's his job description.
So you saying he did his job?
His job is to score the basketball, Ron. I don't care about those damn them percentages. I've been telling y'all this every time playoffs come around. I got to reiterate. I don't want to hear all that efficiency FC bullshit. I don't want to hear about the spreadsheets and all of these. I don't want to hear that shit. Jalen Brunson's job is to score the basketball by any means necessary.
And he did that.
100%. I mean, they had the best offense in the playoffs, so
yeah.
I mean, there's not much to complain about. I mean, they did.
They'll find something, Mars.
I mean, he was neutral efficiency, like statistically, I think.
Y'all can't tell me nothing bad about Jalen Brunson. Nothing.
You was the one up here screaming tour dates 5 days ago.
Literally, last Thursday.
But hold on.
He was talking about November 25th, the day after Thanksgiving. That ain't even no tour day like that.
That's a tour. Well,
not for a 5'11" point guard.
All right, well, I mean, when you bunch it in with the other ones, however, either way it goes.
Tour date, no matter how you slice it.
All right, it might not have been. The other two were tour dates.
July 25th is a tour day. November 25th.
For sure. And then the other one was what? December 31st?
All for 31, yeah.
Yeah, and so look. Once again, those might have been tour dates. Either way it goes. Those first two games, things do change, Mars, and they change quick. And they change. No. You see, hold on, wait. You didn't let me finish my sentence.
Great games to close.
You didn't let me finish my sentence.
You're a front runner.
You didn't let me finish my sentence. I'm not saying those aren't tour dates. I was saying those.
Will you wake up and cook this dude?
I was saying those might have been tour dates. However, that don't take away from the fact that he had 36 in game 4, and that damn sure don't take away from the fact that he closed out the San Antonio Spurs, a team that SGA couldn't do this against with 45. So I'm saying
36 came on Christmas, so that's also a tour day.
Either way it goes. Tour dates or not, it don't take away from the fourth quarter performances. And it does not take away from a historic Game 5 closeout game that he put on.
Absolutely.
Real talk. I just want to say real quick that. I just wanted to say because you brought up that Game 4 again, and every time I hear it and think about it, I just get chills. Like that was the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life. I just want to reiterate that every chance I get, I want to reiterate that was the most incredible basketball game plays experience I've ever had. Like,
this was a really good series.
It was amazing. It was amazing. I got goose pimples right now because of it. Like I get the chills every time I think about that game. That's why, because you brought it up or talk. Anytime that game is brought up, I'm going to reiterate how incredible that was. That experience, it was a beautiful thing. But Ron, my bad. Go ahead, real talk.
Really quickly, real talk. Ron, is New Year's Eve a tour date?
Yes. Hell yeah.
I'll go watch you on New Year's Eve.
That is a hell of a tour date.
Okay, so New Year's Eve is a tour date. Okay, so is July 25th a tour? Is July 25th?
July 25th.
Yes, July 25th. Yes. Absolutely. I'm going to a show on July 25th.
That has something to do with the player that he's looking at.
That's a tour date. So it's Thanksgiving a tour date, Ron?
No.
11. I think so.
11/24.
I'll let Christmas pass. I'll let Christmas pass. Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving.
One extra, man.
What?
Hey, man,
hey, it's a game of margins. It's a game of margins.
Yo, chill.
Yeah, they did win one of them, lose the other. So
Chill, you my man, Chill. And you know, if y'all find out you play the sax in your quartet, got a show the day after Thanksgiving, I'm sorry, bro. I can't make it. But if it's on New Year's Eve, I'll be there. I'm supporting. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring my lady. We gonna show up. We're gonna buy some drinks and have a good time. But on Thanksgiving, day after Thanksgiving, no sir. I'm sorry. That's not a show date for me. I can't.
Yo, swipe in real talk. I want you guys to speak into Jalen Brunson some more. I really guys. We really got to get this guy his flowers. Ultimately, this is what I'm saying. We have to.
I was about to say, like, for everybody that's like harping on, oh, but he didn't play good in like 3 of the games and whatnot, which can be true. I'm not even like going to deny that fact. But he closed out game 1, right? Mm-hmm. And something that I've repeatedly said throughout this playoff run, hey, when you have a bad game and your team wins, there's more basketball to be played, right? Like there's going to be another game. In a series, you have another opportunity to be good in another game. And depending on how good you are, if you can close out a series, if you can close out games, yeah, we're gonna somewhat dismiss the bad games. And I think, in my opinion, what he did in that game 4 in the second half was offensive brilliance. It was utterly incredible. Okay, and then he goes to game 5 and drops 45 on the road in a closeout game. I don't give a damn that he sucked in game 2 anymore. I'm sorry, I don't care. This is what we do as history goes by. I'm going to do it in the moment. He won. He was a main reason why they won. He was the main reason, or one of the main reasons why they came back in the first place. I don't care that he was bad. It's in the second game. I don't give a damn. Why should we?
You should.
Game 2 is the only. I think game 2 is the only one.
I think that
I think you're right about that, real talk. I think game 2 is the only one. And Mikal Bridges held him down.
I'm sorry, Alex. Keep going. I apologize.
No, that was all I had to say. I think game 2 is the only one.
And what we try to do.
Hold on. Let me talk to dumbass to the chat. It's always dumbass to the chat. How is it revisionist when I said he played bad? He played bad. I got it. Cool. But if you're way more of an asset to winning than the driving force of losing, and you win the series, the fuck am I going to harp on a bad game for? It's the playoffs. Gonna have good games, gonna have bad games. If you have more good than bad, why am I gonna focus on it? Hey, Swiper, this is what I want you to do, Swiper. I want you to take a sheet. I want you to get a pen. On one side, I want you to write down all the good things Jalen Brunson did.
This is therapy.
For the Knicks. I want you to write down all the good things Jalen Brunson did for the Knicks. On the other side, I want you to write down all the bad things Jalen Brunson did.
Not in your notes, Swipe. You got to write it on a piece of paper.
Now, if the bad outweigh the good, we're going to shit on Jalen Brunson. Got it. Okay, today we'll shit on Jalen Brunson. But if you look at your paper and the good outweigh the bad, I don't give a damn about bad game 2. I don't care.
They do this exercise in couples therapy. It's really good for you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do that.
It is.
But I also want to shout out to Jalen Brunson for having the resilience, for keeping pushing through it. Bad shooting splits or whatever it may be. This is why right here. This is why you take your sons out to the blacktop and you cuss their ass out when they get to crying like little girls. This is why you talk shit to your sons when they get to doing sucker shit, because they don't know no better. They're babies. They don't know they're being a crybaby. You got to tell them, man, shut your crybaby ass up, pick up the ball, and go do what I told you to do. And do as many as you do. Keep going until I tell you to stop. And then when somebody come, oh my God, you're treating your drill sergeant. You tell them, mind your business before I get your ass out here and have you doing drills too. Or walk away and mind your motherfucking business. This is why
I've seen Ox do this too before, by the way, people.
This is why you take your kids, your sons, your daughters, your nieces, your nephews outside and let them know this is what hard work feels like. That way, when they get to high school, get to college, or blessed enough to get to the pros, they realize this ain't shit, man. I've been doing this since I was 9. You know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing. This is simple hard work. Hard work pays off. This is like when they saw the video of Rick having his son outside a couple years ago, I was like, man, this is dope. This is dope. That's what's up. That's what's up. And I see the video again. They're playing it online again, like last night before. And you can even hear the mom out there. Be tough, Jay. Come on, Jay. You can do it. You know what I'm saying? It's about letting your kids know a little hard work ain't never hurt nobody. Get your punk ass up. Put that switch down. Get your ass up. Go outside and work. Mm-hmm. Get it in. I don't want to hear all that. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. No, you're not. Unless you put that hard work in, it's resilience. You're building resilience, calluses on the brain, on the hands, on your feet.
I just think that we under the impression.
Yes, you fuck with me wrong, but that belt, put some callus on that ass.
I was talking about if you fall down, get back up. You know, you fall down, you might get it.
My bad. Because you're gonna feel this leather.
I just don't think that I don't think that we highlight enough that these players, they have bad or quote unquote tour dates. There's plenty of times Jordan sucked in the playoffs. He shot the ball bad. There's plenty of times Bryant sucked in the playoffs. Go back into the 2011 finals. Dirk was not good in terms of shooting. But I'll tell you what Dirk did do when the game was on the line.
Even reference 2011 and still didn't bring that nigga up. Oh my God.
That's probably the closest parallel to Brunson's series in terms of
when it was money time. When it was money time, I can tell you right now, Dirk was like, "I got you covered. I got it covered," and he got it done. Like we have plenty of guys who suck in the playoffs for stretches, but when it was money time, we don't have a problem. We shouldn't have a problem with these guys ending games. This started happening when the analytics started opening up, like when the box score became a thing. But the box score had always became a thing, but percentages and things like that. When in reality, what matters is when we get to the game, did we win? Did we lose? And how did we lose? That's what matters the most. Jalen Brunson did his job. Keep it close. I will close the game out. Keep it close. I'll get it done.
Who are the players? I can only. How many playoff runs do we see where a player plays legitimately damn near no bad game?
None. And don't even do that, Swiper.
No bad game is practically
I will break
impossible.
my window, and I'm gonna have to get off the show. Swiper, if you're looking at me and you say that fucking big dude in Denver didn't have no bad playoff games, I'm gonna break this window right now.
Man,
I don't know what game in 23. Maybe
It was 9 for 29 against the Wolves in round 1.
Get the fuck out of here, Mars. That's terrible.
no, remember, but yeah, that was game
September 29th. I'm going to that show.
Let me get the actual number before I get accused of being a liar.
Yeah, I think that was game 3. But I think he had 43 points right after.
It could be. Who cares? It's not about what he did over a 2-game stretch. There's no bad games.
I know. I'm saying I don't remember which game it is.
8 for 29.
I don't know if he was bad.
8
So August 29th?
Yeah, it was 8 for 29 in the closeout game.
Oh yeah, that's a hot August night. I'm pulling up.
Oh yeah, that was game 5.
We literally just had him.
Whoa, chill. But you just said, chill. Chill. You just said this. This is why you have to remember that we take the app. The technology allows me to hear you. Chill. It's a 2-way street. You also said if the game is close enough and you finish, it's a good game. Because in game 5, he made the game with a shot to end that game, put the series away. Sure. It was a swish and one, by the way. Push, swish. So technically, chill. By your same logic, he played great that game because he finished the job. And then he went to the Phoenix series. And lie to me if you won't, Mars. Lie to me if you won't. Lie to me if you won't. Then he went to the Lakers series. Lie to me if you won't. Real talk, remember that? Lie to me if you won't. Then he went to the Heat series. Lie to me if you won't. Huh?
Can you tell?
He was 8 for 29, so he played it back.
Wait. So, allow me to clarify. You can have bad shooting nights. That's the point. Having a bad shooting night, which is what Dirk has had. We literally just saw him in the playoffs against Minnesota have a couple of bad shooting nights. Didn't he have like an 8 for 27 game or 7 for 28
this year?
Yes.
Oh, we don't even need to talk about that. That's
we know he was ass. We don't have to.
So we excluding that.
No, we're acknowledging the reality. He had more bad games than good games.
Okay,
I'm trying. Yeah, if we look at that series, we got to find the good ones, not the bad ones. The bad ones, bad ones screaming at you. We got
no. He had 3 good ones.
I want to make sure. I just want to make sure.
Hey, Swiper, you should have left him out of this.
You can have
3 good ones.
Man, you can have bad shooting nights. You can have bad shooting nights. Like I
didn't bring him up. That's not even the name. That's the funny thing. Whoa, chill. I'm not done.
Exactly.
I wasn't even gonna bring him up.
Yes,
Chill looked at me and got hyper.
Because we know who he was talking about. Because I know that.
Who was you thinking?
By the way, that door.
Who were you thinking about, Swiper?
Because you know
who were
The only
you
person
thinking
he
about?
ever
Swiper?
thinks about you. There's only one person that Swiper ever thinks about.
And then I'm trying to answer the
This
question.
nigga for sure can't play some football.
I can be quiet. I'll be quiet.
Who were you thinking about, Swiper?
Now you about to rage quit.
Now you on your ticket gimmick.
No, he not.
Let me talk. All right, I'm gonna mute myself then, Ron.
No, he not.
I'm gonna mute myself.
So once again,
So Swiper can only show up when he got a strong mic. When he got a lesser mic, he can't play. Chill. If we playing outside on a double rim, Swiper can't play.
Swick it.
You know what I'm saying? Swiper can't play unless it's perfect conditions.
No, by the way,
I thought you was a football player. Now you can only play in control conditions.
Soft ass boy, that's that light skin in you right there. That's what it
you're
is.
completely right. I hate playing.
Take your ball and go inside ass.
I don't like
UFL ass nigga.
And by the way, the reason why Ron is the way he is because there's a no.
Swiper, calm down. You're turning red.
A ball came straight to a no net rim and hit him right in the knock. That's why he's the way he is right now.
Who were?
Well, how about this? Everybody, let's play a game. I'm trying to answer you.
Let's see if you can hit the stakes, Swiper. Let's see if you can make it.
Who were you thinking about?
Can you answer Chill's question?
How about this? I'm trying to answer the question real talk.
All he has to do is say a name.
It's a very direct question.
He's not thinking of nobody but Jokic. You weren't thinking of nobody but Jokic. You can't talk your way out of this one.
Say a name. That's it. Say a name.
Who were you thinking about?
God damn.
Can we just move on, please?
Because this person is hated. This person is hated on this platform.
Were
that's my real talk.
you
he is hated by
thinking about? Who were
I still hate anybody.
you
Nash.
thinking about?
Steven Nash. You
Steve
wasn't thinking about no Steve Nash.
He was not thinking about no.
No, you wasn't thinking about no Steve Nash. Stop
an entire
lying.
run without having a bad game. Matter of fact, Chill. I remember.
How you remember?
When he jumped up and gave you a 40 piece as well. Steven Nash didn't have a bad game.
Which run are you talking? Which run are you talking about?
What teams did they play? No, look in the camera. Look in the camera.
Okay, no.
Look up. Pick your head up. Look at the camera.
In 05, Steve Nash playoff run started with him going 3 for 11. It then followed up with the next game him going 5 for 16. So I'm just curious. So when he goes a combined
March 11th
games of the postseason.
Hey Mars, Mars.
In the first 2 games of the postseason, he's 8 for 27, but he never had a bad game.
And Mars, can you do me a favor,
16?
Mars? Can you rewind the film back for the year previous to that? The year previous to that, when they played against Sacramento. Can you do that?
We ain't gonna talk about 04. That was bad. That was bad hoops.
Can we do that?
Y'all talk about it. No, bring it up.
When he was building.
I mean, I ain't made the argument, but yes, no, he was bad. He was bad against the Kings.
When he was basically building a bank with bricks.
Yeah,
that's what he was doing.
Yeah, that was terrible. Hell yeah,
he was building a bank.
29-year-old.
Look at this. Yeah. But here's the thing.
Oh, this is nonsense. Swipe up.
Shout out to you, though, bro. Look at you. Shout out to
you. Yo, fellas, I do want to get to these super chats. Sure. Before we do, I want to make just one more final point about Jalen Brunson. And this is the point that I've been harping on this whole series. Jalen Brunson in averaging 32 points against a Spurs defense that we all can agree is elite. Stephon Castle, Victor Wembanyama, Dylan Harper showed us that he is a hell of a defender, and everybody else that they got over there. The reason why I'm so high on Brunson right now and what he did is because once again, he did what the back-to-back MVP of the league could not do. He scored the ball more efficiently and better than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, you guys can go to whatever context you want to go to. He had a better team. He had a better coach. He had a better offense. He had, better second option. All I know is they defended Jalen Brunson for the most part the same way that they defended Shea. We're picking you up full court. We're bodying you. We're extra physical.
Brunson was less efficient, but you can carry
what I mean from the field. I'm looking at the raw numbers. I'm
true shooting, efficient. However you want to. Statistically, Brunson was less efficient, but he averaged more points. You can carry on. I'm just.
Jalen Brunson was 42% from the field. Shea was 40% from the field.
Don't even worry about it, Ron. That's carried by that 17 free throws.
Yeah, I'm not talking about
accuracy.
I'm not talking about true shooting. I'm not talking about true shooting, and I'm not talking about free throws. Jalen Brunson was 42% from the field. Shea was 40% from the field. Jalen Brunson shot better from the three as well. Shea shot 28% from three. Jalen Brunson was 36 from three. They both didn't shoot good. Like we all know that they both didn't shoot good, and for the reasons being that the Spurs defense is ridiculous. Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper are ridiculous. De'Aaron Fox is also a good perimeter defender. Champagnie and Castle, those two are still above average defenders too. And then you have Wemby under the hoop. We know that it's gonna be hard to shoot good against those guys. Jalen Brunson did it better than Shea, and he averaged 32. Shea averaged 25. Like Jalen Brunson was just better against an elite defense than Shea was. That's why I'm so high on this, because the conversations we were putting Shea in, and that too closing the games, and the conversations that we put Shea in, and you guys, we've all been here the last 2 years. Kobe, Chris Paul, all of these guys, all the greats. All the Steph Curry, we've had people were comparing SGA season last year to Steph Curry when he had his best seasons. James Harden, all of that.
There's a Mount Rushmore guard season from Shea.
And so all I'm saying is the level, and this isn't to knock Shea down. I'm just bigging up Jalen Brunson right now. The guy that you spoke of with Shea, Jalen Brunson outperformed him on the highest stage against the same defense. We literally can put it. We have two samples of two players against the same defense, the same players. Jalen Brunson outperformed him.
Is Shea a more limited scorer than Buxton? Is that what your argument is?
He's not as diverse. I think some of the things that Jalen Brunson was hunting later on as the series progressed, Shea can't do. Shea isn't hunting threes in transition. He's not hunting that shot.
He was actually, and he was better at getting to the rim than SGA was too. He was better at getting to the rim and finishing than SGA was. But I say that.
I think that's more so because
they're in very
Wemby's able to. Yeah. Catch the Knicks have some ways to remove Wemby from the rim, whereas I don't think OKC really had that option.
The reason why I'm not feeling that is because even though your four-man is limited and he can knock down an open shot, he can put the ball on the floor. He wasn't doing that. That's a you problem. My four-man actually can knock down an open shot. He can stretch the defense. And he was doing that, which did open up the lane for me a lot more. Yeah. So
that's an issue for OKC. It's not Shea's fault.
Yeah, but with that being said, it still sounds like a you problem. That's not a me problem.
It's not a you problem because it's not Shea's problem.
Well, I see.
It's Shea's problem because it's on his team, but it's not an indictment on Shea. Doesn't create the roster.
No, he doesn't do that.
Shea didn't make J-Dub get hurt.
No, he didn't do that. And I'm not arguing that.
Shea can do about that.
Right. I'm not arguing that point. What I am arguing is that I feel like Shea's one of the best downhill guys in the league. He's been one of the best downhill guys in the league when Chet was on the roster, when J-Dub was on the roster. Brunson is one of the best downhill guys in the league, even as a small guard. With all of that stuff being said, SGA still was limited in getting to the rim. Brunson, on the other hand, wasn't limited in getting to the rim. He got a lot of paint touches. He got to the glass a lot of times. He was able to get to his floater, and he was able to convert on that stuff. Meanwhile, SGA wasn't able to do that nearly as much. And
wait, chill. He wasn't just doing that when Victor Wembanyama was out on the perimeter. He was doing that when Victor Wembanyama was in the paint.
Yes, he was doing that. That's the point that I'm trying to make, that he was doing that when the defense was collapsed. He was doing that when there was traffic. It wasn't like he was just walking to the rim.
Going at Wemby.
It wasn't like he was just walking to the rim. And he did the same thing when Mobley was in the paint. He did the same thing when Joel Embiid was in the paint. He did the same thing when all of these guys were in when all of these guys were in the paint. In fact, that's why they won a series, real talk. But I want to what I want to do is I want to go back to real talk was harping on this. Right, Real Talk was harping on this all year long, and I kind of scoffed at it. Real Talk was telling me that of the small guard scorers in the history of the league, that includes Allen Iverson, Jalen Brunson may be better than him. And I scoffed at it earlier. I was like, man, I think you wild as hell with that. And I'm not jumping to conclusions here, and this isn't revisionist history, but I do have to give Jalen Brunson more credit for the bucket getter that he is in the postseason. I 100% have to do that.
He's in that conversation.
I took that conversation. Jalen Brunson got it. Jalen Brunson got it. I'm telling you, it ain't no conversation no more. Jalen Brunson got it.
Ron, did you feel like that about Jalen?
Ron is a hilarious guy.
No, chill. Well, yeah, I did. So when Real Talk said it, I was
telling me about tour dates a week ago.
Literally Thursday we were doing that.
Hey, but on Thursday we didn't have the final 2 games of the series. I'm just saying, like we didn't. This man put on a historical performance, and on top of that too, though. Those 2 tour dates don't take away from last series, the series before that. They don't take away from last playoffs. They don't take away from the Dallas Mavericks run. Like Jalen Brunson has a resume of doing this. And like that 45 points was the cherry on top, the icing on the cake. He gift wrapped and put a bow on who he is.
People in the chat are saying this is winning by. It's playing well bias. He was, but it's not. Well, at least for me. It's not. I don't interpret that.
It's for sure winning bias, but there's nothing wrong with having winning bias. Have your winning bias. There's nothing wrong with
but it's not. He played well. He played historically well.
He did. He played historically well in the second half of Game 4 and then Game 5. For sure.
And then Game 5. What? How was that winning bias? He played well. I don't understand.
If you can't acknowledge the idea of winning bias when you can say I don't care about the bad games because he closed the series well and won, then at that point you're being disingenuous. If you can't acknowledge, like, once again, have your winning bias, nothing wrong with it. But if you can't acknowledge that it is inherent winning bias to say, damn the bad games, he closed the series well and they won, that is the definition of winning bias. And there's nothing wrong with that. Have your winning bias.
I don't even, but how is that?
But that's just lying to say it's not.
I don't understand that logic. I really don't. If we are in a series in which it is the first 2-4, which means there's a possibility of 7 games, right?
Yes.
We all know this.
Yes, thank you.
That means there are probably going to be bad games in which you play and good games in which you play. The object of the series is to win the series.
4 games, yes, win 4 games.
Okay, so if I then am a main contributor to my team winning Game 5,
yes,
winning Game 4,
yes,
closing Game 1.
Yep.
I don't understand. Why can't Ron go from, hey, yeah, he was playing bad, and then he has 2 excellent games, and then say, hey, going from bad, I don't know where he had Brunson at first. I don't know if he was ass and now better than Allen Iverson. I don't know where Ron is going on his spectrum. But what I'm saying, the judging of a series, I'm not mad at Ron for letting the entirety of the series play out. And then while we're reacting to it in the moment, we have to give our opinion in the moment. If Jalen Brunson played ass in Game 3, and then we have to come back the next day and talk about Game 3, we have to say that Jalen Brunson played ass. And then if he plays great in Game 4 and Game 5, we have to come back and say he played great in Game 4 and Game 5. I don't understand, why is that criticized? I don't understand that.
No, I just said it is winning bias. Have your winning bias. There's nothing wrong with it. What you said was the definition, in my opinion, of winning bias. But that's fine. Have your winning back. Ron, I'm talking to. Ron was up here. It was either after game 3. I'm assuming it was after game 3 because that was the game they just lost. He was up here preaching tour dates. 12 for 31, 7 for 25, and then he called 11 for 25 a tour date. That's what he was up here doing. Now, the Knicks have won the series. Jalen Brunson has 2 amazing games, mainly an amazing game 5 and a second half of game 4. Amazing. Deserves the full credit in the world for that. Now, Mr. Ron has now retroactively gone back in time and is tour dating the games he called a tour date a week ago. So did he magically just start making more shots in game 1, 2, and 3 when they were tour dates back then, but now they're not? No. What he has done is he has now allowed the winning of the series to change his opinion on the games he had a week ago when nothing's happened to those games. Those games are still documented and those games still happened and they unfolded in the way in which they did. They were tour dates then, according to Ron. Now a week later, those are not tour dates. They don't.
I never said those were tour dates.
Might be tour dates.
No, that's not what I said.
You said they might be tour dates.
Marsh, can you? So I'm gonna re-say the full sentence, and then I want you to come back and re-clarify what I said. I said, even though those might have been tour dates, it doesn't take away from the full series. I didn't say those might be tour dates. I said, even though those might have been tour dates, insinuating that those are tour dates, that doesn't take away from the fact that Jalen Brunson.
I'm fine even conceding that. I'm fine conceding that just for the sake of the conversation. Cool. Let's say you acknowledge they were tour dates even today. Cool. The point is that I'm making in terms of winning bias is if you believe, because that's what you were pushing, that Jalen Brunson in the first 3 games of the series had not played well. That was what you were saying. He had not played well. He now has 2 great games in the series, closes out amazingly. And now we are retroactively saying he had a great series when you were up here saying for 60% of the series, he was not good. That's the definition of winning bias, which is fine. Have winning bias. At the end of the day, the goal of the game is to win. If you do enough to win, cool, get your credit. That's amazing. But to then have Real Talk here now saying that's not winning bias is ridiculous. And if Real Talk's going to say he's only speaking for himself, then I need an explanation on how someone's saying, damn the losses, and not damn the losses, damn the games in which you played bad, you closed it out great and won. How is that not winning bias? Once again, not saying winning bias is bad. Not saying it's bad. Have winning bias. Explain to me how that isn't. Both of you, because both of you displayed it in my opinion. So I'm
gonna be quick. Right quick, Real Talk. I'm gonna be quick. It's winning bias for me. I'll mute myself.
I mean, I know it is, so that's fine. Thank you for admitting, I guess. Go ahead, Real Talk.
For me, it's a combination of, I guess, winning bias to an extent, but also playing well. I don't understand.
That's all I needed to hear. Thank you.
I don't, but the winning bias term to me makes no. I'm starting to realize it makes no sense. Yeah, we're going to praise the people that win and play well and drive winning. Why is that bias? We're acknowledging the point of playing the goddamn game. They aren't out there playing the game just to play well. They're playing the game to win. What did Herm Edwards say at the goddamn podium? Chill. You play the game to win the game. I don't understand why is that I know you may not be saying it as a bad thing per se, but it is definitely referred to on this platform in the chat and like your minions in the chat. Oh man, who winning bias? Nigga, that's what we're out here to do.
Mars minions?
The fuck are we out here to do? Just go run around and play for I don't know. We enjoy the game. No, nigga, you out there playing to win. I don't understand.
Real talk. I've told you guys time and time again. That's not important anymore. What's important is points per 100 possessions. Blocks plus minus.
Points per 100.
You know what I'm saying? Box plus minus.
No, you had it right. Blocks plus minus.
Now. You know what I'm saying? Like
blocks plus minus was actually good.
All these things, winning the game isn't what's important anymore. What's important is analytics. Like for instance, Cleveland Cavaliers were technically really in the finals. You know what I'm saying? That's the stuff that matters.
Oh my God,
what matters is what that computer spits out. It doesn't matter who really wins the game.
I'm never getting over that.
Like we don't do points. That's not what matters.
I'm gonna assume this is just not at me and there's more of a general scope.
I'm never getting over that.
Yeah, this is a gross misrepresentation of what I said. So I'm going to assume this is just speaking
I'm not.
generally.
I'm not talking.
I'm speaking to you and Real Talk. I'm just
y'all better not be talking to Mars.
No,
get your ass lined up on the first day of the off season.
I'm going to assume
little niggas.
Well, first of all, you're being nasty trying to
you better fix your tone before Mars tighten that hoodie up.
No,
I've who started this.
Because I don't believe that Mars is a member of these groups I'm attacking right now. But I am attacking specific groups, absolutely. And there are plenty of people that we have on the show, and people that are in the comments, and people that are on other shows, and people that are part of this platform, absolutely, or not this platform, but this space that we're in, who think this way, absolutely. You know, and I'm talking to everybody that thinks this way. I think it's ridiculous.
Well, Ox, is it not fair that the data has made the game better? Like knowing what the data is. I don't know.
I don't think so.
I think the data has made knowing the data. I think that given that information, for me, it's definitely made the game better. It's enabled me to track what guys are good at, what they're not good at. But it's also been a detriment too, because a lot of these people use only the data. And they don't watch the games. They're called box score watchers, right? And with them doing that, they don't understand like sets. They don't understand situational basketball and things of that nature. So that ultimately ends up getting people to quote unquote cook when we're talking basketball and we're talking box plus minus. And a lot of this stuff, to be honest with you, Mars, a lot of this stuff, even to this day, I really don't understand it. I'm learning it, but I still don't get it, like box plus minus. And I do understand true shooting, and I do understand some of the stuff analytically, but a lot of this stuff I really don't get it. And I'm trying to understand it from you guys.
Right? Chill. I'm gonna set up a Zoom call for us later this week, and I'll go through everything with you. I'll break down the formula, and we'll do all of that.
The basketball reference dude, I sat down with him and explained it, and I still don't get it.
Oh, chill, that nigga don't know what he doing. All he did was put together. All he did was create a website. He don't know the actual formulas and how to break it down and put it. Chill, I got you. I'm a learn.
No, but the thing about it is, like, for instance, like, there's been times where me and Drench will talk about certain things, and I might not understand it at first because I've never heard of it. Sure. But then, for instance, like, I spent a lot of time last year asking Penn in particular. Okay, I get that that's the stat. Now, what's the formula? And once I start getting these formulas, I start realizing, oh, well, a lot of this is actually bullshit. And so, yes, I understand it. I do understand it. And, you know, people, for instance, you know, Penn is one of the people who will tell me, you just don't understand it. You're scared of it because you don't understand it. Well, no. I don't like it because I understand it. I dismiss it because I understand it now. Thanks to you for explaining it to me. So now, since I understand it, I realize a lot of this shit doesn't even matter. Some of it's good. Like some of the numbers, like, okay, yeah, I see how you got that. I don't have to use it, you know what I'm saying? But for the majority of it, I don't care much for it, not because I'm afraid of it or because it's numbers. You know, I'm actually pretty decent with numbers, you know what I'm saying? But I just don't think there's any need for a lot of this stuff. Like, so a lot of stuff I don't think is necessary.
Before Swiper came up here today, really quickly, Ron, before Swiper and you and Swiper came up here today in Real Talk, we were having a conversation about Wemby saying that they had dominated the Knicks. And I had went and did some homework myself and found out before you guys came up here, I went and did some homework and found out that the Spurs are plus 11 in points in the first quarter. That means that they outscore on average in the 5 games on average, they're outscoring the Knicks plus 11. But then it goes this way after the first quarter. After the first quarter, they're -6 on average, then -3 on average, then -4. So they're losing 3 of the 4 quarters. Now, that kind of stuff in terms of the data, that matters to me. Like, why are you getting outscored like this when you start so well? Well, that comes into the margins. Like, it sounds to me like the dirty work stuff isn't isn't being applied here. You're not getting around screens. That's why guys are getting open shots. You're not getting on the glass. That's why guys are getting second chance opportunities. You're not playing defense. That's why guys are getting layups. You're missing assignments. It's stuff like that that matters when it comes to the data. So,
Chill, I think their field goal percentages was dropping drastically by quarter. When I saw that also, I think they started out, they were in the first quarter, they were shooting 57. And then I think they went to 46 and then 41. And then I think eventually in the fourth quarter, they were shooting like 34.
Yeah, it's just going
those aren't the exact numbers because obviously I can't remember exactly what the numbers were. I saw them a few days ago. But they started in the high 40s, maybe low 50s. No, they started somewhere in like the high 50s, and by the fourth quarter, I believe they were somewhere in the low 30s.
Well, of course, that as the game goes on, guys seem to tighten up, guys seem to get a little bit more tense. So the rim doesn't look as big. I've always stood on this logic, real talk. The rim doesn't look as big in the fourth quarter as it did in the second quarter. It doesn't look as big in the third quarter as it did in the first quarter. No,
if you got cojones, chill. As the game went on, the rim started getting bigger for Jalen Brunson.
And,
how the lowest man on the court got the biggest cojones?
Oh no, that might just be a joke.
I mean, it happens.
In the finals, the Spurs were 54% from the field in the first, and the Knicks were 32%. The Spurs were also 44% from three. The Knicks were 32%. The Knicks actually shot more free throws per game in the first quarters, 6-5. And then you move on to the second quarter of the finals. The Knicks then shot 51% and 42% from three, while the Spurs shot 38% and 36% from three. In the third quarters, it was more even. The Knicks shot 45% from the field and 38% from three. The Spurs shot 41% from the field and 27% from three.
Garbage.
But there was a big free throw discrepancy. The Knicks shot 3.6 free throws a game in the third, and the Spurs shot 7.2. Now, the issue is the Spurs shot 72%, but once again, they shot more. And then in the fourth quarters, both teams struggled from the field. The Knicks shot 39%, 38.7, and the Spurs shot 33.7. The Knicks shot 34% from three, and the Spurs shot 26.5% from three. So the Spurs were outshot in every quarter after the first, like badly. But they also dominated the first quarters, like badly. So
which goes back.
Fellas, I want to get around to these super chats. Salute to everybody that has sent through a super chat. We are not ignoring your super chats. It's just the fact that the NBA Finals just concluded on Saturday, and we had to kind of talk everything through. We had a lot of talking points. We had a lot that we had to cover. It was an amazing Finals, and it definitely was an amazing Game 5. Great performance by Jalen Brunson once again. Two great teams. We had to recap that whole thing. But now it is time to get around to these super chats. If you have sent through a super chat, once again, thank you. If you've liked the video, thank you. If you have subscribed and became a member, thank you. And those are two different things. Everybody should be subscribed. And if you are a member, salute to you. All right. The first super chat is a $50 super chat from Jay Got Game. Jay said, champion Knicks. Super happy for my Knicks. I feel like Wemby should be criticized for his character. When I look at Brunson, he immediately went to Mitch Johnson to show respect. The rest of the Spurs left. I just want to hear PC's thoughts on that.
Sounds like a bunch of kids that lost sour grapes. That's what it sounds like. A bunch of kids
except for Luke Cornett, yeah.
I mean, he's a pro and he's been on the championship team, but a bunch of kids that got their ass kicked and they stormed off like a bunch of kids. Like, I don't want to play no more. To your point, Ox, give me my ball. I'm leaving. Well, you know what? Get your ass out of here then. Leave. Go.
They followed behind Wemby. They saw Wemby walking this way. They all like, oh, okay, well, we're going this way. I think that was corny. And then I see a lot of people that are like, oh, what's the big deal? It's not like, because I guess, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to show respect. Like, if not, I mean, whatever. If it was a problem when the Pistons all walked off the court, but now since it's Victor Wembanyama, it's not a problem. I don't know. I think it was kind of corny. I think you should show some love.
There's plenty of teams who do that. I mean, I've seen plenty of teams do it. I've seen when the Knicks beat Indiana in '99 in the NBA in the East Finals. Indiana walked off the floor. They ain't shake hands in Madison Square Garden. When the Celtics lost to the Pistons, they walked off the floor. They didn't shake hands. I mean, it 100% happens. But to be honest with you, Ox, and I want to flip this around to that super chat really quick. I really wish my uncle was here. And the reason why I wish my uncle was here, because I can't tell you how charged he would be. I know about Walt Frazier because of my uncle. That's the dude he talked about. He would have made me get on a plane and come up there to that parade. Yo, you coming up? He would have bought me a ticket and made me come up to New York for that parade. No question about it. The parade is Thursday. Get your ass up here. And he wouldn't have just brought me. He would have brought the whole family to the parade. It wouldn't have just been me. No, everybody. We all going. I
think that's why the championship means so much. When you wait that long, like when the Bucks won in 21, there might have been 70-year-olds in Milwaukee who were around for the first one and didn't think they would ever see another one again. So and now the Knicks, like, no offense to the Bucks, a larger fan base, a larger demographic, a larger city. There are people who, like, unfortunately aren't around to see this Knicks championship. Like, they saw obviously the first couple, but they obviously passed away not seeing the Knicks do it again. Yeah. So, like, there's family members living vicariously through, like, their past relatives. So I think that's what's, like, cool about. Obviously, you don't want to wait 50 years for a championship, but that's what's cool about it. It's like you get to kind of celebrate on behalf of those who, like, unfortunately aren't here to see it. So
this is a big freaking deal, man.
It is, yo. He would have loved this, man.
Did Wemby shake hands? Did he shake hands when they won?
They was crying,
against OKC,
hugging each other. They was hugging and kissing.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really stay around to watch enough, but I remember he went and grabbed someone's head. It was his teammate. I think it was Vassell or something.
Yeah,
and stuff.
I mean,
I'm assuming Thunder players came up to him to shake hands, so then he would shake hands. I'm assuming, but I don't keep track of that. I'm not keeping tabs on who shakes hands.
We wouldn't know whether he, like, wanted to shake hands or not, because when you win, you stay on the court. So yeah. So, like, I don't know. And I mean, I guess we can go back and look and see if he actually walked up to somebody, but I don't think he did, though.
Yeah. Chill, the one.
I mean, they probably came up to him. But
when you brought up those other teams, Chill, like, a lot of those teams had like bad blood rivalries, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of those teams you brought up, them dudes hated each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no history between these teams. Ain't no beef between these.
They just lost an NBA Cup. What you mean?
Yeah, and then he threw Jalen Brunson's career high basketball. They got a little bad blood. Jeremy Sohan over there playing for the Hops.
SGA shook hands. Victor Wembanyama, he was grabbing his teammates. He didn't shake hands with any of them dudes. They walked. You seen
Sohan trolling Wemby during the game though?
No, I did not.
With him, bumping him and shit.
Yeah, I mean, he was talking his shit, man. Gotta do what you gotta do. Shout out to Sohan. Earned his ring with his antics and getting in the game for like 12 seconds at the end.
10, I think it was 10.
Shout out
celebrating crazy. Shout out to him, man.
The next super chat I got is from Bing Bong 17. Bing Bong sent through $9.99 and said, Devin Vassell said to the media that Dylan Harper wasn't happy with his minutes and his role. We can all understand why, but is there something deeper? Did he need to say it? Is he low-key throwing shade at Mitch Johnson and De'Aaron Fox?
He didn't need to say it. There's not much you need to say in a press conference. So no. Do I think he's throwing shade?
He may be throwing shade at Mitch Johnson. I don't think he's saying anything, to be honest with you, about De'Aaron Fox. I think this is more just acknowledging something that was in-house that probably should have stayed in-house. The fact that if you're asking me a question about our team and, is Dylan Harper complaining about minutes? Well,
there was nothing he was asked that justified is a weird word. There was nothing he was asked that would lead him to having to answer.
Why are we talking about that?
They asked him for his opinions on the rookies in the year they had. That was all the question was. And then he praised Carter Bryant and said he works really hard. He's going to be an amazing two-way player in this league. He praised Dylan Harper and said no one knew he was this talented except maybe himself. And then went down the tangent. It wasn't really a tangent. He said it was a sentence in which led to another one. But went and said that he was obviously upset about his minutes and role. If they ask you how do you feel about the rookies after this year, that doesn't lead you to he was upset about his minutes.
There was no reason to bring that up.
He chose to say that. That was his decision. It wasn't a leading question.
Yeah, there was no reason to bring that up. Sure.
No, that doesn't explain that. But I mean, I think we all understand why Dylan Harper would allegedly be upset about his minutes and role.
Sure, absolutely. So, I mean, the fact that he was playing as well as he was playing, and the fact that De'Aaron Fox didn't play as well as he would have liked to have played, yes, I should have been playing more. No question about that. So, and it was very disheartening to see from my aspect because, again, this is the clutch player of the year. I don't know if you guys remember that, but De'Aaron Fox did win clutch player of the year, and not being able to make a shot, even he still did though. But and to not be able to make a shot in the clutch, that's like a quarterback. I led the league in touchdowns, and I get to the bowl game and I can't throw a touchdown. Right? That's like
we just seen that last year.
Nice. I think Dylan Harper will be starting next season.
Oh my
I think.
goodness! Me seeing the Seattle Seahawks win the Super Bowl took years off my life. I'm certain of that.
Shit, hey, you finna get a couple more knocked off this next year.
If I'm gonna live to this certain age, I'm probably that's gonna be watching the
Seahawks. Sam Darnold gonna try to throw.
You don't have the best defense in the league. You can't talk. Neither can you. Real talk. You don't have the best defense in the league. We do. The Rams don't either. We do.
Sam Darnold trying to throw for 115 yards again. Let's see how that works.
Defense wins championships.
That is awful, Swiper. That is terrible.
He did enough to win. He did enough to win.
No, he was just out there. He was out there doing exactly what Ron.
Sure. And hey. Anyway, so why was JSN the best receiver in the league then?
I did not mean to go down this tangent. Okay.
Why did he have the most yards in the league? Are you asking?
Yeah. He was throwing the ball to himself.
So why does a receiver have the most yards? Do you know that most receivers that have a lot of yards, they don't all have to have elite quarterback play?
Was he throwing the ball to himself?
No, he wasn't. And
who threw the ball to Justin Jefferson? You are cooked. Hey, no, I'm gonna cook you real good today. Who did it last year? Who did it last year?
Sam Darnold. Kirk Cousins and Sam Darnold.
Okay,
then. You telling me I've been able to be I've been able to be the most dominant receiver ever in the first 4 years of my career with Kirk Cousins and Sam Darnold. Let's say more.
He had his best season with Sam Darnold.
Well, wait, Sam Darnold and Kirk Cousins are dope. I don't know. What are you trying to say about Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, they cool. They cool little players.
What are you trying to say about Sam Darnold and Kirk Cousins?
No, I mean, no, they're not Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, but they're still.
I know one thing. They both better than Bo Picks.
Want to bet? As a matter of fact, in the playoffs, not even close. Shut up. Stop it.
As I was saying, Mars, I could understand Dylan. I can understand Dylan Harper.
You still ain't learned your lesson, Ron. That's
I never will.
I still can understand Dylan Harper's disdain for not being able to play more. I mean, even though he did get some run, but he felt like he should have been involved in the offense more. He felt like he should have been getting more plays called for him. And to watch De'Aaron Fox not be able to make shots, it was crazy for me because these are shots that he usually makes. Like when he gets to that left elbow and he knocks down that shot, when he gets into the mid post, he can knock that shot down. He wasn't really getting any buckets in transition. And when we get into the meat and potatoes of the game, he's usually been good. Wow, it just didn't happen. And it
should have sat down, chill. He should have sat down and let them little niggas throw 50 turnovers a game.
Low key, he really should have.
He did himself a disservice. I mean, hey, De'Aaron, you should have just kicked it, bro.
I mean, with that being said, though, he's still getting paid. My bad. Go ahead, Marsh.
And what you shouldn't have been shooting the ball the fourth quarter and breaking it.
I mean, he ain't choose to have the ball in his hands. The Spurs entrusted him. That was their decision.
Yes.
He just did what he did.
Can y'all hear Swiper?
Not now.
Yeah,
but I think Dylan Harper's complaints were more season long than just this.
Get a better mic.
I think, to be honest, I don't even know if it's about De'Aaron or Carl. Like, at the end of the day, you work this hard to be a number 2 pick. You don't expect to come in for 20 minutes. Like, you just don't. Like, he's looking at his peers around him. VJ's coming in playing 30 minutes a game. Con's coming in averaging 20 as a rookie, playing 30 minutes a game. In the playoffs, I think so, and he played 22 in the regular season. Coop's coming in playing 30 plus minutes a game as a rookie. He's seeing all these guys average 20, and like he comes in number 2 pick, playing 22 minutes a game. Like, not just like cool, you're winning, yay, but for your development, you want to play, and like
it's definitely.
He's not playing as much as a number 2 pick would normally play. So I think just away from De'Aaron Fox let them down in the playoffs, whatever, like as a season-long issue, I think that's probably why. It's like he's barely playing compared to his peers, which is, I guess, the biggest.
And it doesn't help me, Mars. It doesn't help with the strength that I'm nicer than these dudes, and they're playing more than me.
That's for sure how he feels, yeah.
I'm nicer than who? I'm nicer than
his peers, all of the rookies. I'm sure in Dylan Harper's mind, he's the best rookie in the NBA. I'm sure that's what
he looking at Con Knipple like I'm nicer than him.
Okay, yeah, but keep
he is better than Con Knipple.
You can keep Cooper Flag out of this though. He's smoking dope.
I mean, we can keep Cooper Flag out of this if you want, but in his mind, he's better than Cooper Flag.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Mars. We can keep Cooper Flag out of this because that's crazy.
I say that to say he looking at VJ Etchcom like, yo, this dude playing. I'm nicer than him. He looking at Ace Bailey.
He is.
Trey Johnson. He looking at all of them dudes. Kyler Murray Boyles. Kyler Murray Boyles is up in Toronto getting busy. He like, I'm nicer than him. I'm nicer than him. And that dude is playing more than me. And y'all know how I feel about Cedric Howard. But Dylan Harper is probably looking at this whole thing like I should be playing more than I am.
The only problem I have with the Vassell quote is like, I think he should have let Harper say that or disclose that information. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's going to come across as, Harper was, saying something about, even if it's not the case, I'm saying how it comes across. Oh, Harper was like complaining or saying he was better than Fox, yada, yada, yada. And that can maybe create some unwarranted or unwanted tension in the between players and whatnot. So if Harper wanted to say that, then let Harper be the one to say it. That was really my only problem.
Just a quick question, Ron. Damo, my man, what's with the sour push, yo? What's going on? What's with the sour push, yo? Because I like a couple of weeks ago, there was a lot of energy. Like I got a half an ounce for you, just off the strength that you hear. I got a half an ounce for you.
Well, he might need a little more than that.
I need more than that, Chill.
That ain't gonna get it done.
Chill. I can hear the celebration and smell the gun smoke all the way from New York, all the way down here to North Carolina, man. I need more than that. I definitely hear it. Ox, I've thought about so many ways how this could go, and I've officially I know how it has to go. Acceptance. But Get Biomba just decided to show his ugly face this series. I don't know. You got it, man. You were right. You tried to say it. You tried to tell everybody. You tried to tell me, and me and my blind delusion and faith, believing in false idols. I learned my lesson. You're right, but Get Biomba, that's his name. And so
talk to your man over here, Damo, in the corner. Talk to him. Don't talk to us. Talk to this dude in the corner.
I don't need to talk to Ron because Ron was drinking the same thing I was drinking. Delusion.
He's still drinking it though. That's the problem.
That shit was good.
Hey, don't worry. Don't think me admitting I was wrong this season.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let that trick y'all to believing I'm done. I'm not done drinking the juice. I'm gonna just hold off for the summer because this is about to be a nasty summer. I gotta hear a bunch of Jalen Brunson, Kyrie convos whenever I scroll TikTok, and I'm not really ready for that personally. I'm not. So I can't have too much delusion in my system right now. Let me wait until at least free agency. Wait till the draft. See if the Lakers draft Bob Miller, and then we can reconvene with the delusion. But right now, I just wanted to say, in front of everybody, I was wrong. I could sit here, screen kick, try to be 10 toes about it, or I can be honest about what I just seen. And that's the man I believe, the boy I believe was a man is still a boy. Yeah, and that's fine. This happens.
Damo, right now he's Ratatouille Whiteside, but he will grow.
Ratatouille Whiteside.
He will grow.
What happened to Croissant Bradley?
Croissant Bradley, Ratatouille Whiteside, whatever. You know what I'm saying? He will grow.
Oh, Ratatouille, I just got that. Oh, God. You might as well.
Are you comfortable, Damo, with because I heard this just yesterday. Damo, are you comfortable with the Jalen Brunson, Chris Paul conversation? How you feel about that?
Listen, I'm going to be as respectful as I can because it's still within that first week window of him, achieving greatness and doing great things for the city of New York. Things they haven't seen, honestly, my whole life. Realistically, everyone in here that was born below a reasonable timeline hasn't seen the Knicks this happy. So I don't want to be too negative. All I will say is, man, oh man, y'all getting on Becky and she was right this whole time. I watched the entire playoff series where the Finals MVP was only the best player for one game. I don't know. Shout out Jalen Brunson. Shout out Jalen Brunson. He's a phenomenal talent, a phenomenal point guard. But man, oh man, if Cat wasn't the best player for 2 games for them, and OG wasn't the best player for 2 games, arguably 3, depending on how you feel about it. If those 2 weren't the best players for the Knicks, they wouldn't be champs, in my opinion. So maybe Becky was right. Maybe you definitely need more than just an undersized guard to win a championship. You need a bunch of demons around him, and they had that. No shade to him, no. No shade to him. Shout out Jalen Brunson.
He was definitely the best player in 2 of those games. And also, there are games that precede the finals, by the way, that you have to win to get to the finals.
But no, finals MVP is about the finals.
I said finals MVP. It's
No,
about the finals.
But I'm saying Becky's point about winning a championship with a small guard, that's not just the final series. You have to
right, but before that, Cat was the best player in most of those games. Cat was the best player.
I disagree with y'all every time.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But difference of opinion. My opinion is that Cat was the best.
Becky Hammond disagrees with you. Yeah,
I think Karl Anthony Towns was the better player.
I hope she does anyway, so she can stand on business.
Yeah, you don't know.
Yeah.
And then in the finals, real talk, you had Cat. I think Cat was the Cat and OG probably was the first. The first game was Cat and OG. Game 2, I think Cat. Game 3, I think actually was Mikal.
I think it was Mikal.
And then game 4, OG, and game 5, Jalen Brunson.
Game 4, Jalen Brunson was the best player in game 4.
I think so too.
That's fine because you
Brunson.
rewatched the game in second half masterclass offensively. No golf clap, this is a real clap. Going back through the series as it was unfolding, game 1 and 2, everyone agreed it was Cat. There was no Jalen Brunson talks. Everyone agreed. Game 3, they lost. But everyone acknowledged, like you said, Mikal Bridges, really good game. Shout out to Mikal. Game 4, at the time, it was all about OG Anunoby.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Jalen Brunson on the rewatch. Real talk is absolutely right. Amazing second half for him. Amazing. But at the time, undeniably, it was OG Anunoby. That's who was getting all the flowers. That's who people. OG Anunoby was the finals MVP. That's what's happening. OG Anunoby was the finals MVP. I also want to make it abundantly clear that in the game 3 in which they lost, OG Anunoby had 28 in that game and missed like 2 shots.
By the way,
crazy.
But that was why OG.
Yeah, I think you guys just forgot Mikal was game 2, not game 3.
Yeah, Mikal was game 2. It was game 2. Yeah. Okay.
For the sake of the conversation, OG was game 3, but they lost.
You had that conversation that I felt like they had wasted. I felt like they had wasted the performance.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. We talked about that on Saturday. That's right.
So game 3 and 4 was really OG.
Game 1, 2 though, Mars.
Yeah, but game 1 and 2 was Cat's time. That was Cat Finals MVP. Yeah. If they win the series, Cat's Finals MVP. Then game 3 and 4 was game 3. OG was their best player, but they lost. Game 4, it was all about OG. And in fact, if you remember after game 3, this is where it was the Knicks are playing Brunson ball again. He's not passing the ball. Jalen Brunson is ball hogging, blah, blah, blah. That's what the conversation was after game 3. We are now 60% of the way through the series. Jalen Brunson has not been considered the best player in any of them. In game 4 is the first time people even consider Jalen Brunson might have been the best player on the team in a game. And that's game 4 of the series. And then game 5 is a masterclass, in my opinion, the second best finals closeout game this decade, only behind Giannis. Giannis is kind of immortalized. I think Jalen Brunson has become immortalized because of his game 5. That's how great it was. But if you go game by game, especially at the time in which those games were discussed, yes, Jalen Brunson at the time of each game was only considered to be the best Knick in one of those games. That's entirely true based on the timeline.
Sound like Becky.
Fellas, I'm about to grab the wheel because I want to get to this Jalen Brunson versus the field. But before we do that, we do have a couple more super chats that we need to read. The first is from Tupac Westside. Tupac said, "Morning, fellas. That's a wrap. I'm excited for the draft. Looking forward to what moves LA can make. And I can't wait to see how other teams get better. Raining like crazy in Houston. Glad I cut my grass on Saturday." Hey, Tupac, if you ever need your grass cut right now. Yeah, the man talking right now. If you ever need your grass cut, I'll send him over there to cut your grass, whether it's raining, snowing, whatever it is.
Goddamn grass.
You'll cut Tupac's if I tell you to.
No.
You know what you're gonna get? You're gonna get your eye cut if you don't cut that check. I know that. That's what's about to happen.
Exactly.
Bro, matter of fact,
you don't. Do you know how to use a lawnmower?
Who you talking to?
Swiper, sir.
Bro, get this nigga off the show, bro. This nigga ain't nowhere where he can operate functionally. Get this nigga off the show, bro. Hey, Swag, you got to come back when that Wi-Fi fix, when you can get an adult mic. You need to fix whatever situation you got going on.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Get this nigga, bro.
All right, fellas. The next super chat is from KC. Well, just to address that last super chat, are you guys excited for the offseason? Excited for the draft?
Absolutely.
I am looking forward to the draft. Yeah.
And we'll get into that more as the week goes on. We're actually going to do a mock draft here very soon, so we'll get into that. It's going to be a good week. I promise you, it's going to be a good week. We're going to talk all about the draft. What's up?
There is no off season.
No,
it's just Asia. It's just Asia time.
Oh yeah. How
time.
could I forget?
Hey, I don't know, man. That chicken in Dallas, Miles.
No, that's
Minnesota.
No,
she shouldn't be in Dallas, but
she should be back.
You have incompetent GMs out there, So
that is a horrible offense. Drafted
real.
Worth the price of admission. Let me tell you, she is that. If they were close in the vicinity, I would definitely jump in the ride and go check them out. Yes,
and we'll get around to Olivia Miles. We got another super chat for Olivia. Ox, I want to keep it pushed because I want to make sure that we get around to everything we need to get around to. KC19650 said Brunson has passed Luka. Brunson, the top 2 point guard in the league. Don't ever compare him to Luka again. We in the top 5. Also, by the way, even the media is starting to know this. When you guys gonna accept it?
Mm-hmm. I mean, again, we
you
talking
see what
about
I'm saying,
winning.
Chill. Like I
Yes,
just remain quiet when stuff like that is said right now.
Look, we'll see where everybody has them. We about to do a Jalen Brunson versus the field. I think Luka's in there. I don't know. We'll see if anybody up here actually has Jalen Brunson over Luka. It's Chris Jones.
We've seen him carry Luka to the Western Conference Finals before, so.
We did see that.
These is facts. It's Chris Jones sent through $9.99 and said, I'm all for our ops electing to get worse, but getting Giannis and splitting the Jays is a bad move. Recent history shows continuity is a key factor of being a champ. That duo won a chip just 2 years ago.
Man, free JB, man. Free
Yeah,
JB.
then JB went out and ruined it. So, hey, blame him.
How'd he ruin it?
You can't come out after winning a championship. You can't come out when the best player of the team misses his season and say,
busy.
"Hey, you an MVP candidate. You have your 2019 Paul George year or whatever year it was when Paul George was MVP finalist, and then you go out and tell the world, oh no, this was my favorite year by far. Oh no, this is my favorite year. That reads really bad to everyone else, even if it's true, even which makes sense. You've been a number 2 behind a number 2 your whole career. Y'all won a championship together. You won Finals MVP. You still the number 2 behind number 2. Maybe you are enjoying the year where you're the number 1 option the most in your career. Maybe that is your favorite year. You don't tell us that. You don't let that be known because that seems very selfish of you. So yeah, he ruined that.
That's all.
It's clearly very selfish of him. Yeah, free that nigga. Go. You can have all your favorite seasons in Milwaukee, leading them to a 41-41 record, averaging 30. Let's get Giannis. I'm so tired of that. I'm good off Jaylen Brown if I'm the Celtics. I'm so serious. For you to go turn that goddamn camera on and have 5 strangers sitting in the back looking dumb as hell with their goddamn hoodie and shit. I don't know what they was doing. All of y'all look dumb as hell on that stream, by the way. Go over there to Milwaukee. Go 40-42, average 30, and get bounced in the first round. That's what you want to do. Those are your favorite kind of seasons. Go do that, nigga. We'll get Giannis. Okay? Not will, because that's the Celtics. My fault. They'll get Giannis, and then they'll proceed. That's what needs to happen. You're going to have all your favorite seasons you want to over there in Milwaukee.
That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. You're not allowed to, you know what I'm saying, to be a number 1, Jalen. You have to stay in the back of the bus. You know what I'm saying? Get up out of the bus.
That's not.
I refuse.
Exactly.
I think you guys just overstate the sensitivity of these grown men.
Absolutely.
Like, there's just no way we're out here believing that the Boston Celtics are like, how could he think this was his favorite season? This is unacceptable. Like, they don't care. They don't care.
I don't know about that,
It's
Mars.
like these
No,
are
you are
grown
wrong.
men.
You are wrong.
They
I don't know
don't
about that.
care.
You're
They're
wrong.
not like,
We
oh
have
man,
heard-
JB thought this
we
was his
have
first
heard-
season.
You
Oh
are.
man,
We have heard
wrong.
so many stories about these
talk, Doc,
grown
yeah.
men
Yeah.
being way more sensitive about way
These
more.
niggas is petty as hell.
LeBron
Yes.
pride over
Yes.
cookies on a plane, buddy.
Yes.
I'm not trying to hear it.
Facts.
I'm not. Tim Duncan said
Bron
I'm
wanted
not
to
going.
leave,
Tim
man.
Duncan said I'm not going to Orlando. Why? My wife can't ride the plane. I'm not doing it. My fiance, girlfriend, whoever at the time, she can't get on the plane. I don't want to play for y'all. She can't ride the plane. No, that grown men
What's that got
have
to do with their
cut ties.
teammates not? What's that got to do with Jaylen Brown thinking this
He's
is his
giving
favorite?
you other
you're talking
examples of
where people were
things that could be
sensitive.
seen. Yeah,
And sensitive.
Yeah, I
Sensitive
think,
is
I,
not
think,
for
I
grown
said I
men.
think you're overstating their sensitivity. Not they aren't sensitive. Two different things.
Look, the
No.
thing about it, though,
If
Damo,
they-
it's-
if they have
it's
been
that-
more
you are
sensitive-
overstating
In
their
fact, Mars.
sensitivity in
Hold
regard
on.
to this topic. Not
grown men are
athletes
sensitive.
Grown men,
absolutely.
yeah, not grown men aren't
Sure.
sensitive about anything.
Sure.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
there's been documented times.
I
of
see. I hear what
sensitivity
Mars is
from
saying.
grown men.
Keep going,
I'm
Mars.
saying in this instance,
Yeah.
you are overstating how much they care about what Jaylen Brown's favorite season was, in my opinion. Now, once
Sure.
again, unless we have documented interviews
Okay.
from Jason Tatum 20 years from now saying, you know what, that actually did bother me when Jaylen Brown. Yeah, then I'll be like, 20 years from now, 2046, if I'm still around, my bad, I was wrong. Cool. Or Derek White, for whatever reason, cares. Cool. My bad, I was wrong. Until that moment, I'm going to believe these grown men do not care what Jaylen Brown's favorite season was. I don't.
I
think
would
they
just,
care.
I would just use
the thing
context
about-
clues.
Yeah, we-
I
thing-
would
yeah,
just
maybe
use
I'm
context
wrong.
clues.
Maybe
What's
I'm
going
wrong.
on?
That's fine. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm.
So Mars, so outside of and hey, two things can be true. Someone could be anything can happen. We could be in a world where Jaylen Brown in the gap year that was supposed to be had when Jason Tatum went down,
Yep.
exponentially increased his value. So now he is a way more valuable trade piece to where you can get someone like Giannis. And that is the reason the Boston Celtics are dangling him as a trade piece, even though Ron said he's not. No, it's not Milwaukee. Whoever said it's not Milwaukee. But regardless, maybe
He
his
won't end up
value
in
is just so much now after that 1 year. It just makes sense to now you have to move him because his value is so high. That could be the reason. That could be. Or he could have done something to ruin the relationship with either him and the team. And maybe it's not it was my favorite year thing. Maybe it's how he's carrying himself throughout this season, or how he carried himself after his exit interview with the team, or something that was said then that we have no clue about. Maybe that is the case as well.
Or Damo,
But
maybe
I would
maybe
like to believe.
going, keep going, Damo, keep going, keep
It is the guy we are paying buku dollars for, who can sit on the damn Twitch stream and say, "I got 100 million, 250, or whatever the hell corny thing he said before he starts rapping fucking Boss Man D-Lo with Black Boy Max or whatever streamer it was. maybe it's when he gets up there gloating about this money that you've given him, and now he's sitting here with the Boston Concrete Boys behind him talking about, we got a problem in this league with flopping, and Embiid's the biggest perpetrator. He's doing things that just isn't right, that you just don't want to deal with from your
You're not gonna
player,
you're not
whatever it
gonna
is.
trade. You're not gonna trade him because he thinks that flopping is a problem in the league. If you can get Giannis Antetokounmpo, you trade Jaylen Brown. That's the obvious thing. If you can get Giannis, you trade anybody, right? So that's first and foremost.
Yeah,
you get
well, not
Giannis.
Jason Tatum.
You get Giannis, so you trade Jaylen. You know, that's just GMing 101. But secondly, it could be a lot of those things. They could have a problem with him wanting to be a number one option. They could have a problem with the fact that he proved he can average 28, 7, and 6. That could be an issue. His value went up. He doesn't want to have to be forced to play second fiddle. He might not feel like, why can't I say that, yeah, I'm the dude. I can be that. So it just might not mesh. I don't think it's a negative thing for him to feel however he wants to feel. He just averaged 28, 7, and 6. Yeah, absolutely, Jaylen. Get up out of there. And to Real Talk's point, if that means you never win a championship again, so be it. If that means that you go somewhere and you don't get out the second round, or maybe you do go get with Kawhi Leonard and y'all run the fuck out the league. Who knows what happens? But absolutely, Jaylen Brown has proven, yeah, I can go do my own thing.
I don't.
Fella, real talk. We'll get to this. You'll be back on Wednesday. I promise you. We'll talk a lot about Jaylen Brown, Giannis, and stuff, all of that good stuff. But I do got to move on, though.
Yeah.
Luffy Gear 4th sent through $9.99 and said, Fox sucks. Fox sucks. They should get rid of him if they even can. Who the fuck wants that contract? Harper and Castle are the guys of the future, and it ain't worth it to keep Fox. All he was the worst of the three.
Absolutely.
I think you guys are going to see how clunky the fit is between Castle
Watch. And you guys are, and Mars, you just talked about overstating. I think they understate how important Fox is for this group. As bad as he was as a shooter, I think they understate how important a distributor and a floor leader is for this group. Let's not forget, Ox, Stephon Castle did not score a bucket after game 4 in the third quarter. He didn't score a bucket except the dunk that he had. That was it.
Yeah, respect the putback dunk. Yeah,
I'm sorry, except the putback dunk. After that, he didn't score a bucket. He wasn't doing anything, right? So I say that to say none of you dudes out there cared about Fox when he was up in Sacramento, averaging 27 and 7, when he was the clutch player of the year, and he was getting busy. Now all of a sudden, he's on the San Antonio team in the NBA championship, by the way, and their only other all-star, but now he sucks. He's awful.
I don't think he should have been an all-star, but that's a different topic. But
I just think
I'm not going to argue that point, Ox, but now all of a sudden he sucked. And he got to go.
I think he had a bad last 3 rounds, but
that's how it has to be, Chill. Like we're about to do a Jalen Brunson versus the field because of the series he had. So we gotta keep the same energy with De'Aaron Fox.
But you want to do a Fox versus the field?
If you want to,
this bad timing. This bad.
I'm about
timing.
to say this about to be his PR worse than Paulo's.
Yeah. It's
It's like doing a Chet versus the field after Game 7. It's just gonna be fried.
Don't do that. Like Chill,
Just
like I said,
no matter who.
It would have been better for him to deal with people saying that he's not a competitor because he sat. He should have just sat down. After he got hurt, he should have sat down OKC, sat down whatever, let Stephon Castle throw the ball to whoever's watching up in the 200 section and just let them lose. He should not have played, and they should have just let OKC go to the finals, and then it would have been better for him to deal with. You're not a competitor. You're not a team player. You didn't even try to play when your team needed you. You know what I'm saying? He should have dealt with that instead of this.
I think it would have been more of, and really, I know we got to move on, Ron, but I think it would have been more of, wow, they really need Fox. They really need Fox in order for them to win. Fox wasn't available. If they would have had Fox, they wouldn't have had as many turnovers. If they had Fox, maybe they would have been able to score more if they had Fox.
That's what we were saying.
He had a bad playoff run. He had a bad playoff run, and so now what's going to happen is the playoff run is going to define him as a player. That for most dumb people,
which is not true
about that.
Did your opinion of De'Aaron Fox change? I'm talking to.
I do think there were some things that happened in the course of this playoff run that did kind of strike me a little bit, but I still overall think he's relatively the same player. I think he had a bad playoff.
Your opinion changed a bit, or you still?
A bit means relatively still the same player. It's a tad worse than I thought, but he's still a really good player.
I just hope I hope De'Aaron comes back better next year. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, Derek Mitchell sent through $10 and said, "This might not ever happen again. Dylan Jones, quote unquote, non-consequential player with stints in the G League, won an NBA title with the Oklahoma City Thunder in 2025, then a midseason cup and an NBA title with the New York Knicks. Good 2 years."
What's the kid's name from Golden State?
Patrick McCaw.
Yeah, didn't he do that without the
He did 3. He did 3 championships.
Golden State, Toronto. But I like Dylan Jones coming in. I'm not gonna lie. I thought he could be a decent NBA player. Now he's a 2-time champ, but he ain't been what I thought he could have been. So salute.
Interesting.
All right, Ghost Killer 250 said, "So since Cat is foul prone, Ron, is Wemby flagrant prone?" Knicks in 5. All haters, make sure you lock your doors because I'm kicking in the door, waving the fofo. Shout out to Real Talking Ox for rocking with us.
Is Wemby flagrant prone? I think that's a good question.
Yes.
Based on the same logic.
Yes.
I don't know.
Because he had about 4 in this series.
By the way, 4 of them. I counted 4, Mars. The elbow to Cat, that was inadvertent. That was my fault.
That was the least flagrant, and it was the one he got one for. So that was fun.
He's just a weenie, Mars. That's all it is. He's just
a weenie. What were the other 3? What were the other 3? Mars? I'm sorry.
Shoving Jalen Brunson.
I wasn't
getting in Jalen Brunson's landing space. So that's the other 2.
I can give you that one.
I can't remember what the other one was.
Because it wasn't one. That's why you can't remember.
Yeah, it might have been 3.
It wasn't one. There we go. I only got 1, and that's because they called it for him. Other than that, man, basketball being played. I don't really know what's going on. All this complaining about how soft this area is, and all I hear y'all doing about my future GOAT.
Game one of the Josh Hart landing space. I mean,
jeez.
Game 1 was an egregious flagrant, and then game 5 was also an egregious.
Josh Hart landing space is so overblown. That's Josh Hart's fault. Sell it, you clown. He didn't even land. No. Let's be real. He didn't even land the right foot. If he lands his right foot on the come down, it lands on Wemby's ankle. He tweaks it. He falls flagrant. What does he do? Too cool for school. Let me land on 1 foot and bounce. Hit the shot, and now I'm talking to the bench. You worried about being cool. You're not worried about selling the call. This is the
Somebody
NBA.
trying to get hurt. What? Get hurt so that Wemby gets a flagrant?
Hey. So you don't want to get hurt, it's not a flagrant. That's it. You don't want to get hurt, it's not a flagrant. It's that simple.
All right, fellas, the next $10 that I got is from OG Team. And this is going to usher us right into our Brunson versus the field. OG Team said, I give y'all 10 minutes to tell me a series where Brunson played terrible. Brunson figured out the Spurs defense that gave a 2-time MVP hail and walked down unanimous DPOY best in the world. Jalen Brunson is greater than Joker, Cade, Luka, and Tatum.
I only agree with 2 of those.
Series in which he played terribly this year, or in general.
The Philly series, it was going that way, and then he turned it around.
I mean, I don't think he had a good series against Atlanta. It's just they won, and it was round 1, so I don't care that much. But I don't think he had a good series.
How does
the Philly series last year when he couldn't throw it in the ocean? I thought that.
No, yeah, those last 4 games were so amazing. We can, that was 2 years ago. But it was
24, I think, something like that.
I mean, he struggled against the Pistons last year, but Brunson's another one of those players. He tends to get better as the series goes on. He tends to, anyway.
Does it not feel performative with the way people are trying to make this like a Dallas type of value for a ring? Like they're really amping up the value of this ring, ain't they?
I mean, we do this every. Things gotta be elevated to a certain degree. It is what it is. But this is why, like, right after a championship is my least favorite part of the season. I don't mind the off season, like the middle of it, because then we just start talking about random shit, and I don't mind that. Right after a championship happens, that's my least favorite part because it's.
I'm trying to.
Who's Shea better than all time, or who's Jalen? Like we're about to do Jalen Brunson versus a bunch of all time greats. And so I guess we're going to do
Who was Jokic just immediately placed over after his first ring?
Shaq.
Guys that won. I'm trying to think back to the ones that won. Right afterwards, who do we immediately just throw them?
Greatest offensive player of all time, top 10 to maybe top 5 center, arguably better than Shaq. We had dumbasses coming on this
Hakeem too.
Argue why
he had the best, some people were saying he had the best playoff run in NBA history. In terms of
best playoff run in NBA history. Another dumbass statement.
He was better than Marjuan. That was going on.
It happened. I mean, I remember what was going on.
I'm gonna say Giannis. I'm gonna say with Giannis. I remember the conversation with Giannis. Giannis got spooky.
Crazy. I mean, Steph after he won his 4th was like finally got Finals MVP. His stuff was actually kind of less crazy.
This was tame.
He had built enough to where like the extra thing was kind of icing, so people were just getting that shit off because like you can't say he doesn't have a Finals MVP anymore. But at least with Steph, it was like he was at least knocking on the door or wherever you had him before. But
Tatum,
Giannis,
but no one cared about Tatum. No
Tatum
one really
just got
cared
hate.
about Tatum.
Tatum just got
Yeah,
slandered,
no one
so
cared.
that championship was actually used against him.
And
No
don't
one
forget,
really cared
Ron,
about
and
Tatum.
don't forget, Ron, that Anthony Davis, after they won in 20, he's better than Malone. Don't leave that part out.
Oh, AD was better
He
than
was.
Tim Duncan.
Yeah,
AD was better than Tim Duncan.
He's better than
Hey,
Duncan. And
hey.
he's better
Yeah,
than
AD was
Malone,
better
and
than
I
Tim Duncan.
won't-
for like
he's better
2
than
years.
Tim
What are you
Duncan,
talking
too. That's
I don't
correct.
know who
about?
was saying
Kawhi
stuff
was better.
like that.
Kawhi was better than AD after
I don't know
Kawhi
who was
better than
saying.
AD after
What's going
2019.
on?
I'm like, I don't know.
Hey, Ron, I don't know who was saying AD was better than Tim Duncan after that ring. I can't for the life of me
Yeah, that was
think
going
of
on.
a person.
It's just what happens, man. It's part of it. It's what happens.
All right, well, you're right, Mars. It is part of it. And we going to do it right here, right now. Jalen
got,
Brunson
Ron?
versus the field. I have 10 point guards for you guys. Some of them still playing. Some of them retired. And we are going to get down to the bottom of where Jalen Brunson lies amongst the pantheon of point guards. However,
Just who's a better player? Just who's better? Jalen
Yeah.
Brunson or-
And also, too, what's going to happen is we're going to go around the room. We'll go Chill, Mars, Damo, Ox, Real Talk. You guys simply just say the name. You could elaborate a little bit if you want to, but simply just say the name, who you guys got, Brunson or the person that I named. Chat, y'all ready? In chat, I need you guys to spam too. Whoever you guys got, spam it in the chat. All right, the first name I got, Jalen Brunson versus Derrick Rose. And it is the best version of these players, by the way. Jalen Brunson, Derrick Rose.
You might as well ask Jalen Brunson, Victor Oladipo, according to some. Yeah.
Chill.
Brunson.
Mars.
Brunson.
Damo.
Brunson.
Ox.
Brunson, Brunson. Man.
What was the
Real Talk.
Brunson.
All right, we're doing good so far, JB. We got a sweep. The next name that I got, Jalen Brunson.
Rose was nasty.
He was.
I
Oh,
guess.
bro, what? D Rose was nasty.
Sour milk, man.
Yes, man.
What?
The next name, well, he was nasty, but he just got swept by Jalen Brunson. But the next name I got is Jalen Brunson versus Rajon Rondo.
This about to be 4-1.
Yeah, 4-1. Move on.
Chill, who you got?
Brunson.
This shit 4-1, Ron Brunson.
Damo?
Rondo.
Oh, 3-2. Hey, my bad. 3-2. My bad.
Big Ox?
Real talk.
Brunson.
All
I
right.
didn't expect it to be 3-2. I didn't expect that. My bad.
Brunson takes care of Rajon Rondo 3-2. Next up, this one is going to be hilarious and disgusting. Jalen Brunson versus Jonathan Stockton. Chill.
Oh,
Stockton.
Mars.
You can't come back to me?
Yeah. Damo.
Brunson.
Wait, so Rondo's better than Stockton too?
Yes.
Big Ox.
Stockton.
Real talk.
Brunson.
Damn, I'm a tiebreaker. Okay, great.
Y'all don't know how good Rajon Rondo is. You have no idea how good Rajon Rondo. I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
Damn, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know.
Yeah, sleep on Stockton, man.
Yep, I'm snoring on that nigga.
I will. Well, I don't know about that, but yeah.
Well,
It's Brunson's day. I'll go with Brunson. It's his day.
Like sleeping on his chest. Snoring?
No, nigga, no.
I wonder if you asked this question around a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I wonder what the answer is.
Yeah, chill.
Oh no, I think Real Talk and Domo would have said the same thing.
Oh,
I think it would have
I'm
been
sure
probably
it
the
would've
same
said
results.
the
Yeah, I
Real
think it
Talk
would have been the
would've said
same
that 3
results
years
with me
ago.
being the tiebreaker again. To be honest,
I
I just think John Stockton isn't very valued on like our platform.
I was hating on John Stockton before it became cool. Then I just stopped because people are ripping the swag. So I was like, what, y'all got it.
John Stockton is the Jason Witten of the NBA. I'm telling y'all,
Y'all remember Jason Witten
From the Cowboys? Hell no.
The Cowboy tight end. And if you look at Jason Witten's stats on a year-to-year basis, he was really
Jason
good,
Witten was
and
dope.
Can I change my answers to John
He
Stockton?
played for a really long time.
Real talk. We got to move on. We don't have time for you to hate. We know what you want to do with any 90s or 80s player. We don't have real talk. We just don't have time for that right now. So we got to move on to the next name. Mars, if you want to change your answer, you can. But either way it goes, we're gonna move on to the next name. We have Luka Doncic versus Jalen Brunson. Chill.
Luka.
Mars.
Okay.
You said Luka?
Yes.
All right. Damo.
It's not even a question. Luka.
Big Ox.
Jalen Brunson.
Okay.
Real talk.
The Don. Let's stop playing.
You could tell by how he was chewing. He was about to be nasty.
Yeah, he was finna say the bullshit. Exactly.
It's cool. It's cool. 4-1 is fine. 4-1 is fine.
I mean, for what it's worth, it's 4-2, but 4-1. Luka got it.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
All right. Let's continue to get nasty. We got Jalen Brunson versus Russell Westbrook.
Oh, I know Adomo going for sure.
Chill.
Russ.
Mars.
Westbrook.
Damo.
Could have asked Killian Hayes or Westbrook.
Westbrook.
That was painful.
You trying to new leaf?
That was painful for Damo.
He's trying to end his gimmick, Mars. He's trying to end the.
You forgot January. I told people I've been off that.
All right, just wait till Dame come up. It's cool. Just wait till Dame come up.
Big Ox.
This is actually harder than I thought.
That's what.
No, I'm just saying it's hard as fuck. Like, I don't know. Like, shit.
We'll come back.
I really want to go with Russ, but I just don't think he's gonna make some of those shots Jalen Brunson was making.
He won't.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like
There you go. I can tell you right now, he won't.
He's gonna be coughing that bitch up when
he will.
He will.
He absolutely will.
I gotta go with
Absolutely
Jalen Brunson, bro. I gotta go with Jalen Brunson right now. I have to.
All right, real talk.
I'm with Ox. This one closer to me than for some other people. I'm gonna still go. I'm gonna respect Russ. I'm gonna go Russ.
All right. Russ cleans up 4-1. Next, this is kind of where this whole conversation originated from just a couple weeks ago. We got Jalen Brunson versus Stephen Nash. Life comes at you quick, huh, Chill? Who you got?
Don't make me cook you. Don't make me cook y'all again.
Oh my goodness, we still doing this. Oh man,
absolutely. We're
Steve
still doing
Nash.
this.
Yeah, I go Steve Nash.
Damo.
Give me Brunson.
Thank you.
Steve Nash, absolutely.
So was it 3-2?
Give me Brunson. Give me
Real talk, another funny guy, because he was up here last week. I might have been too quick to say he was better than Steve Nash. Now he up here. Give me Brunson again. So salute to you, man.
Yup.
How did we get here? How did we get here?
I mean, Game 5 was amazing. So it's fine. It's Brunson's day. I'm not like, this was
okay.
You said after Game 3. No, you said after Game 3. So Game 4 and 5 were amazing. Thank you.
Can I just let the record show?
I think he may have said it after Game 4. Whenever that clip was, I don't know.
Absolutely. I'm a please let him know.
Yes, Chad, I do think Rajon Rondo's better than Steve Nash. Yeah, I do. Yeah, that tracks. Yeah.
100%.
You're not the first person to say that, so I can't even. Yeah, you're not the first person up here to say that. So you actually just heard.
And I said
It's actually crazy that 3 people on this platform have said it. But salute. Yeah, you said plausible deniability. Good on you. You getting your swiper back.
No, the Mars bag. Actually, you do that all the time.
I mean, sure. So that
I
episode was 6 days ago. So yeah, after game 3. It was after game 3.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Brunson has like clearly removing himself from Steve Nash conversations, but
Yeah, we've won a
Has he?
championship. Like, come on, bro.
he has
what
removed
am I
himself
saying?
from
I
that
picked
table.
Brunson. Let me shut up. I picked Brunson. What am I doing?
All right, the next name we got is Damian Lillard versus Jalen Brunson. Chill. Who are you rocking with?
Damn, Dollar. Damn,
Brunson.
Dollar.
Mars,
Dang.
Damo.
Kemba or Brunson, man.
Dame.
Wow.
Big Ox.
Go ahead, real talk. I got to sit on this one for a couple seconds, man.
Yeah, I don't know where all this fake Dame love is coming from, but Brunson.
It ain't nothing to think on, Ox. Brunson has packed up Damian Lillard and sent him back to Oakland, back to his mama crib. This is done. This is done.
Come on.
Telling you this.
Look, my vote don't matter, man. My vote don't matter. So
All right, well, cool. I'll take it. Brunson. Yeah.
Man, I wish Dame would have had them killers around him that Brunson had instead of, I don't know, Al-Farouq Aminu.
Hey.
And also having to run up on Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
I mean,
Dame had this Harkless trying to salvage his 3-point percentage for a contract. Yeah, man. Instead of dealing with, he had OG and Mikal out there strapping stuff up. Not Al-Farouq and Mo Harkless. Man, y'all miss me with that, bro. We're talking about the players. He easily packed them up with the help of gods. The Monstars
that's
around
not the
him.
only team that he
literally
lost,
the help of God.
Unlock Carl Anthony Towns' potential like a Namekian, and we over here talking about he packed up Dame. What has Dame done? All right, bro.
You know that Jalen Brunson you know that Jalen Brunson has better playoff showings even when Julius Randle was on the team.
You're right. I'm not about to sit here and defend Dame on camera, so you're right. Whatever you say, you're right about, and I can see it.
I just want to make
Jalen Brunson played one playoff run with Julius Randle, right? 23rd.
Mm-hmm.
You saw what?
Yes.
Jalen Brunson played one playoff run with Julius Randle, right? In 23rd.
No, 2 of them. Because
24 Julius Randle was hurt, no?
Yeah, that's right. He did get
I
hurt.
know.
I know he was on the team for 2 years with him. I do know that.
Yeah, it was 23. That's the only time he played with Julius Randle in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm
Let's
saying
not act like
all the
Nurkic
killers
was
around him. I'm saying
They had a good team that year.
Was,
and he
though.
said
Cat
went
playing
on the
good.
team.
Yeah, but Jalen Brunson
remember
wasn't
that.
But compared to Cat, Ox.
Right.
I mean,
but
Dame,
if Nurkic
Dame
don't
has
break his leg that year,
no
though,
good
Portland
series
does some good
practically
things.
after round 1.
Cat looked like a phantom to a phantom pull up. You know?
I agree. I've made that point many times. I agree.
Yeah, so Dame's a better regular season player than Brunson, but Brunson is still an elite regular season player, and he's to me, clearly the better playoff player. So
Clearly.
Yeah.
We kind of just don't have a large sample of the Dame that I think is better than Brunson in the playoffs from 21 to 23. It's just he played one series, so it's unfortunate.
Well, Dame's shot diet to me also led to his dipping in the playoffs. The lack of intermediate game.
You view him James Harden. Yeah, I know it's not.
Yeah, I mean he dipped tremendously.
Yeah, I mean I'm not arguing with that. It's likely he may have dipped again. There's not much evidence either way because they missed the playoffs in 23, 22 he was hurt, and 21 was his only playoff run in that time frame that I'm viewing as better than Brunson. Well, 2020 could be in that group as well, but then he gets hurt in that game 2 against the Lakers, so there's not much I can do with that either. So, like, the Dame I think is better than Brunson has no real playoff sample to point to because of the Blazers sucking and him being hurt. So if you want to factor in the health of it, or if I want to factor in the health of it, that would be a notch in Brunson's cap, but I just think Dame's a bad player.
Nah.
All right, next up, we got Jalen Brunson versus Chris Paul.
Oh.
Shit.
Chill.
Paul.
Mars.
Chris Paul.
Damo,
Chris Paul.
Big Ox.
You don't need my vote, Ron, and I'm not about to get nasty today. So just move on.
No.
It's
I
3-1,
want to
that's all
know
I'll
who do
say. It's
you
3-1
think is
right
better?
now. It's 3-1 right now. That's
Who
all
you
I'm
got,
saying.
Big Ox?
Chris Paul's a better overall basketball player than Jalen Brunson. Go ahead, Ron. Let's move on.
All right, real talk.
You're saying that like you don't believe. You were so quick to say Steve Nash. Steven Nash is better, but here
you know who I think.
Chris Paul.
Ask me who's better between Steve Nash and Chris Paul. Real talk.
Who's better between Steve Nash and Chris Paul?
Steve Nash.
Don't ever say you like defense ever again. Don't ever say it. Don't
Chris
you
Paul's.
ever say
I
that
don't
again.
think. I don't think Chris Paul's.
I don't want to.
No. I don't think Chris
ever
Paul's
say
the
it
defender you
again.
think he is.
When did you come to this opinion? Because I have your point guard list, and
I don't think Steve. I don't think Chris Paul.
Inconsistencies.
I don't think.
well,
Chris
no, it's
Paul's
also
the
a year
defender.
ago. That's what I'm asking. When did this opinion?
Inconsistencies.
I don't think Chris Paul is the defender that you think he is. Real talk.
Wait, what defender does Real Talk think Chris Paul is?
Yeah.
He's a hell of
He's a great point guard.
Look, real talk. I just
Where's the
I just
hole
said
in Chris
Chris Paul.
Wherever he is on defense is better than Steve Nash. Like,
I'm about to say,
Look,
wherever he is on defense.
Look, real talk.
Wherever
I
anyone may think he is.
just picked Chris Paul. I don't know what you want me. What you want me about? I picked Chris Paul.
I just want to
Chris
know
Paul
when
is
this.
I think they wanted an explanation, but
So
I just want to know when.
Well, Mars, I'm really low on Chris Paul. No matter where no matter what. Like I'm really low on Chris Paul.
I get this gimmick. I know this gimmick.
I had them. But remember, if you remember when that happened, I messaged you. I think it was a message. I was like, oh shit, like I forgot about Steve Nash. We had that message.
That ain't hard to
like,
do.
oh, shit.
Yes, it is.
I literally forgot about Steve Nash.
And I
What the
didn't
fuck is
believe
going
it.
on
I
right
believe
now?
it.
Real talk. I'm in the Matrix. The hell.
Chris Paul still won. Chris Paul still won. Chris Paul still won. So it's fine.
Yeah, Chris Paul. I mean, Chris Paul got it, but there's message, there's evidence. I told you, like, oh shit, like I forgot about Steve Nash, but
Shut a message.
I'm just low on Chris Paul.
That shit was a year ago. I mean, yeah, we don't mess it
I
out.
love the
Yeah,
blind
I
hate
got it
gimmick.
right
I
here.
love it.
Yeah, I see what's going on. Mars trying to stick up for his big guy. I get it. We're gonna move on to the next name, though. We have Jalen Brunson versus
oversight. That's what he said. He said it was an oversight that he forgot.
oversight. It sounds like Swiper when he gets political and all of that. But okay, that's neither here nor there. Isaiah Thomas versus Jalen Brunson. Who do we have? Two
Right
finals
there, it
MVP.
says, "Damn, that's actually a complete oversight." LOL. I got love for Nash. It was an accident right there.
It was an accident that he left him off the honorable mentions.
No, you said Nash can't even. No, that's not. No, you're being nasty, Mars. You're being nasty. He said no. Mars said Nash can't even get an honorable mention. Damn, and I was like, oh shit, like he wouldn't have been an honorable mention. Chris Paul would have been.
Exposed.
What do you mean?
We see what it is. Anyway, Isaiah Thomas.
Inconsistencies.
Which Isaiah Thomas we talking about?
Not the little
The
one up in
Isaiah
Boston.
Thomas.
Not the small one up in Boston. We
Yeah,
talking
you
about-
know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna ask you real talk ask again. So, which Isaiah Thomas we talking about?
The one that played for the Pistons. The one that played for the Pistons.
The better one.
The one that played for the Pistons is the one that
As a great basketball mind just said not too long ago up here, the version of IT that I'm thinking about is a small sample size. So if you want to consider injuries in this conversation, no, go ahead. But the version of IT I want to bring to the table.
Hey, y'all sleep on little IT, bro. Little IT for that 1 year.
It's a hell of a year, boy. A hell of a year.
Yeah.
But now we gonna do Detroit Pistons, Isaiah Thomas. Who you guys got? Brunson or Isaiah Thomas? Chill.
I'm a 2017 Isaiah, bro.
He was like
For real.
Isaiah Thomas.
I'm being so serious. You go listen this.
That nigga was different that year, boy.
He was hooping open. Yeah.
Mars?
Oh, what? I'll go with Zeke.
All right. 2 Zekes.
If you don't feel like arguing.
Damo?
Anybody that beats the ball-headed menace will always have a great place in my heart. Give me Zeke.
Yo, Ox, who you got?
I mean, Zeke is the best player you've mentioned so far all day. So he's got.
That's obviously not true, but you know, it's cool.
All right.
Well, I'm not gonna say obviously. To me, that's not true.
I'm trying to think back to the names I heard them say. And
Luka
was one
Doncic, nigga, stop. We can stop right there. Man, please. Isaiah Thomas on his best day ain't touching Luka, but that's another conversation for another.
Okay.
And
All
CP3. And
all
CP3.
right. Oh, all right.
Yeah, nigga. Yeah. He ain't even
I mean, I
better
think we
than
went through a
Nash.
bunch of names I probably think is better. Yeah, I think he's
He
probably
ain't better than Nash, and I don't even mess with Nash. Like
I think Isaiah Thomas is the 5th best name we've had. Probably.
So you're about to take Jalen Brunson right now, real talk?
I'm thinking about it, but my vote don't matter. My vote don't matter. He already won. So it don't matter.
No. We still need to know who you got. Ain't no my bro.
Brunson.
All right.
We here.
Real talk got Brunson. Next up, and this was going to be the last name, but it is one more name that I forgot about that must get added onto this list after this. So next up, we have SGA versus Jalen Brunson. Who do you guys have? ...
versus the Spurs. At that. Versus the Spurs.
Chill.
Get interesting.
SGA.
Mars.
Shit.
Damo.
Nah, I'm not
Come on,
gonna be
bottom
nice.
row.
Nah. Do what you got to do.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
For real.
This looks. Tell the truth, shame the devil. We're talking about the better point guard. Give me Jalen Brunson.
I've seen him thoroughly outplay Jalen SGA for all these playoff runs, and I've seen him thoroughly outplay him against the same competition in the Spurs. Give me Jalen Brunson.
Cook.
Real talk.
Yeah, I can't believe they just said that dumbass shit. Give me SGA. Hey, Oxidamo, y'all out your mind, man. Y'all.
Damo chose Jalen Brunson too.
Yeah, I chose Jalen Brunson. I think Shay's a shooting guard, so
I mean, I seen what I seen.
Once again, Ox, I'm standing with you.
Some people are upset about the lack of Kyrie inclusion.
Oh, no. Remember I said I had to add a name? Yeah, we gonna round this off with Jalen Brunson versus Kyrie Irving. This should be interesting. I can't wait to see how you guys feel about this.
Wait,
Kyrie,
what's the conversation? Who's better or greater?
Who's better at their peak? At their peak, not greater, just better
At their peak.
Whatever Kyrie you got. It could be Cavs, could be Celtics, could be Nets, whatever.
Yep.
Chill.
Okay.
Who you got? Kyrie or Jalen Brunson?
Where he going? Go down.
Herb so
He had to
goddamn
be-
nice with that pill. Oh my goodness.
He trying to fake like Kyrie right now.
He's Stephen
Hey,
A. right
Jill,
now.
just
Stephen A.
say what
Stephen
you
A.
want to
Stephen
say,
A.
Jill.
He's Stephen A.
Brunson.
That's
I'm
cool.
going to take Brunson.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. He knew this 6 months ago. Who he talking
I didn't actually know that 6 months ago. No, I didn't. But I'm saying
I got Kyrie.
Damo?
Give me the Michael Jordan of Damian Lillard's Kyrie Irving.
Michael Jordan.
At his peak, when he's really balling and playing like peak level, Kyrie probably the dopest thing I ever seen in my life.
Kyrie's so nice with that
Yo,
pill.
Give me Kyrie. Give me Kyrie.
Louise. He is so nice with that pill.
Real talk?
Yeah, I keep telling y'all, Kyrie Irving is one of the best basketball players I've ever seen. Kyrie Irving, for sure.
All right. Kyrie cleaned up.
What do they call that?
Derrick Rose and Rondo above Jalen Brunson? Nah.
Yeah, absolutely. But what is it called? When he's in flow state, when Kyrie's in flow state,
It's amazing.
That game 5, Kyrie in the 2016 finals.
It's one of the best shot makers. Just one of the best.
I actually thought Game 6 was better. I know y'all talk. I think Game 6 was better.
I don't need to compare it to what Brunson did in game 5. Obviously, one was a closeout game, one was to make 3-2. That is one of the best games I've seen from a point guard in the NBA finals. I don't know what you're meant to do with a human being doing what he was doing on that basketball court. I don't understand.
I get high sometimes and I think like, man, what was it like to watch like Picasso paint or Mozart actually create the music? I used to think that, and then I get to realize, oh yeah, I get to watch Kyrie Irving play basketball. It's the same equivalent. There's no like greater. No, there's probably only two greater things to watch. But man, oh man, is it an experience to watch Kyrie Irving? I really wish I can go back and watch him for the first time again and experience that. That was such a
I
phenomenal
do remember
experience.
that. And that's when he was with the Cavs. And I'm not talking about Duke. I'm not talking about high school. Like
I'm talking about high school.
Kyrie tape? At high school, I was like, okay, this 6'3" point guard from Jersey, 6'2". I'm like, all right, he all right, but he not really all that athletic. I don't know. Gets to Duke, only plays 11 games. He did have that big game. I was like, all right, I think you guys are hyping him a little bit. Okay. First year in the Cavs, I was like, oh, all right, he did a little better than I expected. It was that second year where I was like, holy shit, this nigga can hoop. Oh, nasty. My God.
Hey, you know what, though, Damo? That's why I quit smoking right there. That's why I quit smoking, because there's a different effect. You have elevated experiences. Think about Mozart and Picasso and Van Gogh and shit. I get high, put on some guapla and think like, man, I wonder if I ran into Nia Long, if I could hit that. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about dumb shit.
I don't need to be high to think that, but
I'm about to say.
I don't.
Yeah.
But Ron, to your point,
I don't have elevated experiences. This
about
shit ain't
Isaiah
working.
Thomas and Mars was talking about Kyrie Irving. What was that game when they played in Boston? This is the 17 Isaiah Thomas, if I'm not mistaken. Isaiah Thomas.
My nigga was getting busy, man.
Yeah, just so you know, Ron.
He had 53.
I was in the building that day.
The game he had 53. You was in the building. He had 53.
I just want to put that out there. I was there. When he hit that reverse in Boston, James and Kevin, I was in the building.
R.I.P. to Lil Sis too.
Oh, I know.
R.I.P. Lil Sis, boy.
Isaiah Thomas is one of the 10 coldest niggas to ever touch him. To be 5'9", averaging 30 in the NBA, I don't know if some of y'all don't really understand how goddamn crazy that is.
And that's being generous too, real talk, because he ain't that big. Like, I seen him in real life. That's being generous.
It's absolutely.
And he was leading the league in fourth quarter points that year as well. Like,
and
he was being cool king of the fourth quarter.
No, Mars is understating it. Not only was he leading the league in fourth quarter points, he was averaging more than Bryant, Karl Malone, and somebody else. He had averaged more fourth quarter points than them that season.
Oh, actually, no. Russ was 10 points. He was 9.8, but close enough. On elite efficiency, by the way.
Yes.
So shout out to Isaiah Thomas, man.
Well, Ron, I know you can speak to this too, Ron, but like I played against Isaiah a few times, and that shit ain't no joke. Like he come across half court, pulling that shit. He get into the lane, and that motherfucker is strong as shit. I'm talking about he get in that lane, he boom, you feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like he acrobatic in the air with it, like. Isaiah was nasty.
He used to get off on that jumper too.
I've seen Isaiah play against point guards that I thought were damn near gods here.
Ate them niggas lunch
and put them niggas to shame. like he was different, bro.
Yeah.
He used to carry like every time, but it's fine. It's fine. You small.
Oh, you're allowed to do that now.
Yeah, come on now. We're not calling
his carries are borderline egregious, but it's fine. It's fine. You know, salute.
That season is one of the most impressive feats in basketball history. And like as far as just like degree of difficulty taken into consideration, all of that, that's one of the most incredible seasons in NBA history. That should be forever remembered what he did in 2017. But back to Kyrie though, a lot of people be talking about Game 5 in 2016. Go look at Kyrie's 2017 playoff run. Hell, just 2017 period. That nigga was.
Look at Kyrie in the playoffs in Cleveland. It was like he did that. Yeah, that's what he did that.
Ron, you bringing up Kyrie at Duke made me realize he's the reason I believed in Bobo. I'm thinking about it now. Kyrie played 11 games and it was still like, oh, he's still this great player. I still believe in it. So Bobo only playing like what, 8 to 12 it was before the
Yeah, he
injury.
barely played 9 games, maybe.
Oh no, he can still be great. I can still believe in him. It was Kyrie's fault. That's why I believed in him so much.
Oh, Bo was at Oregon. That's right.
Yeah, he was at Oregon, but didn't play like that.
Kyrie had this one game in college against Michigan State. Mm-hmm. If you watch that game, that's one of the best guard prospects I've ever seen in my life.
Mark, how did you find that? How did you watch that?
The NCAA YouTube channel has it on their page.
Oh, okay.
So I guess it's like a marquee game or whatever. Like Kyrie went great. And he's playing defense. He in the first half. Like he meets someone at the rim, and blocks their shot. Like it's ridiculous. He's making threes, he's getting to the rim. Like it was like borderline the perfect guard. Draymond's playing in that game, by the way. So shout out to Draymond Green.
That game was a big time game. It was you know how when the NCAA season starts, you have your marquee games. I think this next year Kansas plays UConn, and then Kansas has another game. It was like one of those where it's two blue bloods playing against each other. Like I remember that game vividly, and that was definitely Kyrie's it stamped him on the map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was. I think he had like 32, maybe. I don't know how many points he had. It was.
Yeah, it was 32.
Yeah, 31 actually.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. But go ahead.
Ox, that tweet I had about Olivia Miles when I was saying this is possibly the best rookie I've ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? And that got a few people in a tizzy. My goodness, especially those double C fans. But another conversation.
But before we do get to Olivia Miles, because that's actually the next super chat I'm gonna read, I do just want to recap this. Jalen Brunson versus the field. He swept Derrick Rose. He beat Rondo 3-2. He beat Stockton 3-2. Luka won.
I want to flip my Stockton vote. So he lost.
Okay. So Jonathan Stockton beat Jalen Brunson. Luka won. Westbrook won. Steve Nash won. Brunson beat Damian Lillard. Chris Paul won. Isaiah Thomas won. SGA won. And Kyrie won. So Jalen Brunson is better than a couple of the guys, but he still might have some work to do.
No Iverson? Interesting.
I couldn't handle it, Mars. I had to keep him out of this. All right. Spanish Jose.
Don't gotta worry about it.
Spanish Jose sent through $9.99. Speaking about Olivia Miles, Spanish Jose said, quick shout out to Olivia Miles. Even though they lost, she's been amazing this year. She's definitely my favorite WNBA player to watch. Ox. Damn, not real talk. Ox, how far can she go, and who does she remind you of, NBA or WNBA?
Well, you know why real talk? Because you try to do this thing where if I say somebody is better or this, and you try to paint me as an Olivia Miles hater. You know what I'm saying? I'm far from that.
I've never put that on your jacket. I've never put that on your jacket.
You didn't? Just because I said
No, yes, I did. No, yes, I did.
Yeah,
but that was when she was in college. Wait.
Right.
That's when she was in college. And you were alluding or insinuating that, she's only doing this because of the conference. That was the only time, though. That was the only time. That was some hate shit.
Right.
Can you admit that was some hate shit?
All I was saying is that the SEC is a little different than the conference she was in, Big 12,
now
right?
She's doing it in the pros.
Absolutely. And she's doing it in the most competitive basketball league that exists. She's an amazing basketball player. I think she's going to be great. I just, you know what I'm saying? It's like to call out an MVP player, especially as a rookie this early in the season, it's dangerous to me because there's so much season left to play, and she could always taper down, and you know what I'm saying. It could get a little different when teams are gonna be like, okay, well, Olivia's actually really chopping, so we're going to shut that down and let it maybe live with K-Mac. You know what I'm saying, or when Fee gets back, maybe late July or something, and she gets in there and Fee's taking 15, 16, 17 shots. It might taper down a little bit, but I think she's great. I think she's great.
Like hate to me.
And I think it's very sustainable for her to continue to be great. I think Dallas is probably punching themselves right now, but who does she remind me of though? I think she gets out in that front court and gets to the rim and passes like Tisha Penachera. I think she got a little bit of Tisha in her when it comes to that open court passing and all of that. I will say this, and I don't ever say that. Like Tisha is on a different level to me. You know what I'm saying? Olivia got it, bro. She got it. She got it. But she needs to stay in her damn place and away from the point guard. She not there yet.
We was Chelsea been playing magnet ball for the past 2 games. Salute to her. She has been playing complete magnet ball. I don't know what she on. But
Every time y'all think Chelsea is done, she just resurges.
She
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is
Stockton finest right there, man. I've been watching Chelsea do this since I was 16 years old. Like Chelsea is nasty, bro. I've been watching her do this since high school, bro. This is normal shit for her. Shout out to St. Mary's of Stockton, man. Stockton's finest, man.
Last year, coming into the draft, well, like late in the season last year, I was comparing Olivia Miles, her just offensive playmaking ability. For me, it's Magic Johnson. Now, obviously, it's a different game. She shoots more.
Olivia like that again.
Man.
Don't
we should have done Jalen Brunson versus Magic. We should have done it.
No way, Marsh. No way. Not a chance. I would even give it. There's no way I would entertain that. But in terms of her, like her ability to just generate offense, whether she's scoring it or finding somebody, it's really the vision thing. The way she pushes that fast break, it is like I see a lot of magic in her, and a big point guard too. It's a lot of magic in Olivia.
I see more because I actually don't see her. She's not so intent as far as pushing pace, in my opinion, when I watch her.
In college, she was.
At college,
at TCU, oh my God, at TCU.
It might be a coaching thing. She looks a lot more methodical and
a lot more methodical. Yeah, in Minnesota, they're not. That's why, like the Nash comparison to me, like some people were saying, like, oh, she's.
I'm not mad at Nash.
I don't get that. I don't get that. I see more Chris Paul. That's who she reminds me of when I watch her, and she's just like when I was saying this may be the best rookie I've ever seen. It wasn't just like, oh. They're really good and she's playing really well. It's like I legit don't really see a weakness in the game. It's like she's so polished already. Like she can drive, she can hit pull-up jumpers in the mid-range. She's now hitting threes when you go under the screen. Like she can go left and right. Her handle is crazy. She can pass. I don't really know what's like her weakness. It's not even just like, oh, she's playing well, because there are other rookies that have played really well. It's like she's playing well and she's so polished. And this is year 1. I don't really know. I don't know. She's the best I've ever seen.
I'd assume the answer would be like a Candace Parker, right?
Yes.
She was.
That's what I'm saying. You never seen Candace Parker play before?
Yeah, but that was like what 2010.
Can I maybe interest y'all in 2000? What was it? 21, 22? No, 23. 2023. Can I interest you in 2023?
You're about to piss Real Talk off, man.
Oh, you think I care about making this boy mad? You about to piss Real Talk off? Ooh, sorry.
Boy, it's crazy.
Boy,
hey, man, you better respect me, nigga.
Not bad, Real Talk.
Come on now. The way Chilltown had you hemmed up. Come on now. I'll throw
you not Chilltown.
Y'all throw you around, little nigga. You better recognize, hey, but I was on them wrestling mats. What you talking about? I'll throw your little ass around, have you in the head.
Oh, well, no problem. Hey, Real Talk. You can't throw what you can't catch. Just know that.
Now, yeah, if you get the running, you got it.
No, I ain't gonna get the running. I'm gonna get the dancing.
Nigga, if we grappling, it's over.
You ain't finna grab me, nigga. I'm on my toes. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Ron, you better realize where Real Talk from. He grew up wrestling steers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, recognize where I'm from. I grew up dodging raindrops, nigga. Hey, a drop of rain can't touch me. What makes you think a Real Talk can touch me? All right, the next super.
About Caitlin Clark though?
Yes.
She still can't go left. So I don't understand what you talking about. She's not as polished as Olivia Miles.
Led the league in assists. Most assists as a rookie.
Not gonna do what he said.
Most points as a rookie. Most points as a rookie. Hey, really just shattered every rookie record. Was in MVP talk too. But
this man Ron don't listen to a word people say.
Yeah, man. I think Caitlin in that convo, man. That's all I'm gonna say. But all right, the next super chat is from Shador 8102. Said, why is it always Luka's name that gets brought up whenever anyone has a good run? JB on the Knicks was a cool chip. Fairs. That's crazy. Put Luka on that team. They win last year, they win this year, and they win next. Easy.
That's what happens when you're actually the best guard in the NBA. They put you in conversations no matter what. So that's simple.
So we better than Shea again, Damo? Or what you?
Did I ever say
He
Shea
always
was better?
was.
I'm about to say, did I ever say Shea was better than Luka? I don't think I was ever on that count. What we talking about?
And you know what, Damo? I let that regular season open gym LA fitness ball confuse me. I might be back where you at. I don't know. We'll see what next season happens.
Nah, you're not where I'm at. I'm in a real nasty place because I've been said K was better than SGA. So.
Oh yeah, you're
like
right.
I said, you're not with me. Don't say you with me because we are in some bad places.
I'm not where you're at.
I think the 16 Cavs beat them dudes.
Beat who?
Yeah. The 26 Knicks.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. What?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they have LeBron.
The Knicks got OG.
Oh man, OG nothing. I ain't trying to hear none of that.
OG got something for that.
Yeah, nigga, nothing. He got nothing for it. That's what he got.
All right, the next super chat I got is from Derek Mitchell, $10. Derek Mitchell said Mike Brown's Knicks tenure perfectly mirrors Joe Torre's iconic 1996 New York Yankees title run. Both were brought in to replace Tom Thibodeau and Buck Showalter and won a title the following season.
Only except the Yankees were down 2-0 to the Atlanta Braves, and then the Yankees actually came back and beat them dudes in the gentleman's sweep. So
Y'all don't feel bad for just dusting off y'all old Knicks gear to claim y'all fans again? You don't feel bad about that? They don't eat y'all up at night? No. Y'all just all accept it, huh? Fake ass niggas. All these damn Knicks fans coming nowhere.
Facts.
I'm from New
Fake
York.
ass
I'm a
Yankee and
Knicks
Knicks
fan.
fans.
Shut the hell up, man. Shut the hell up. I'm from New York. I can be a Knicks fan. Bum ass niggas.
Well, I'm not from New York, and I'll fuck with the Knicks and the Yankees.
I was going to say something, but I'll keep it to myself. Dre Knows Ball sit through $9.99 and said, question for the panel. Who was more clutch, Kyrie in 2016 or Brunson these finals? Does having LeBron make Kyrie more clutch? Doing it as a second option ain't as easy as y'all think it is, especially versus Steph Curry.
nobody said it's easy, but it's not nearly as difficult as doing it as a number one.
I don't know. I mean, if you're the number one, you're probably better. So maybe it is easier.
Oh no, man! I watched those finals. I saw how Kyrie was guarded. That number one shit sound cool. Then I watched the game and it's like, all right, cool. Like, yeah, Bron was the number one. Kyrie has the ball in his hands. Do you see the defense?
They literally went.
He got Klay Thompson POA, Draymond in the gap, Bogut backline. Harrison Barnes is sprinting over to help. But he has Bron on the team, so it turns out he's just seeing one-on-one single coverage to hold him. So it sounds good until you watch the game. It's like, oh shit, Kyrie is seeing the defenses that we've seen other superstars struggle with, and Kyrie's also struggled with these defenses in his career. But the games exist. We can watch them if we want, and we can see what Kyrie was doing. So
you saying it's like a Shaq Kobe dynamic going on between LeBron and...
Nah, I'm not gonna say that. I think the Shaq Kobe one is easier to. Some people have their agenda, so they're going to agenda push regardless. But for a lot of people, it's easier to recognize what Kobe brought to that in terms of the clutch stuff because Shaq's are big. So people in their minds instinctively say, well, the guard is going to close games anyway. So like they can give Kobe those flowers. When it's two perimeter guys and one is LeBron James, Kyrie's not going to get his flowers for what he did.
But I think
it'll get minimized in some capacity anyway.
That should speak to how good Kyrie Irving was, though, that LeBron was like, nah, he got it. Like, if LeBron is willing to be like, nah, Kyrie, you go ahead and close the game, like that should speak volume.
But the thing about
maybe it says something about LeBron.
No, it doesn't.
That's what people use it as. That's what people use it as.
The issue here is that when people when they hear terms like first option, second option, 1A, 1B, whatever they want to say, people assume that just because the first option is the only person that gets guarded. Like, I hate that shit. Like, oh, like you think that the defense is only guarding one person? They're guarding everybody. Like, they might have a scheme that's more designed to put a little more pressure on this person, blitz this guy, or send this guy this way, whatever the scheme may be. I don't know, but it's not like nobody was guarding Kyrie or whoever the second option may be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just hate that way of basketball talk where all the five guys on this end are only here to stop one guy.
All right, I got a $10 super chat from Dub Ballout Highlights. Dub Ballout said, would this same logic apply to Jason Tatum in his finals closeout game? I mean, he didn't have 45, but he was 2 rebounds away from a 30-point triple-double. Just wanted to hear you guys' thoughts on this.
Nope. And the reason why was because he already had that tag of shooting the ball bad. He didn't play well in the playoffs. In fact, it was already a conversation between him and Jaylen Brown, who was better already. Even though we were talking about Cat and Jalen Brunson, I mean, I think it was understood that Jalen Brunson is the guy with the Knicks. With Jason Tatum, this dynamic between him and Jaylen Brown was going on all season, and it didn't help that Jason Tatum wasn't shooting particularly well, even though he had some great games, closeout games in the playoffs. So
I think the reason people don't give Jason Tatum that same stuff for the closeout game in the finals is because he scored 11 of those points up 20 in the fourth. Maybe. I don't know.
Even though it still would have been a 20-10, he still would have had 20 and 10.
Yeah, that doesn't sound.
It doesn't sound as good as 30.
We're talking about what Jalen Brunson just did.
It doesn't sound
respectfully, 22, 8, and 10 is not what Jalen Brunson just did. Box score wise or eye test wise, it's just not. Like Jason Tatum, amazing player. I think he's a better player than Jalen Brunson. He's not had a moment close to what Jalen Brunson just did in the finals. Not one. He's been in the finals twice. He hasn't had a singular game as good as Jalen Brunson's game.
I don't know, Miles. I think that 46 that he had in Milwaukee was pretty impressive. In the championship, okay. In the championship, sure, I can get with that. No doubt.
He's having game 7 against Philly, in my opinion, is a better game.
Yeah,
probably a better game than what Jalen Brunson did, in my opinion.
In the NBA championship, though.
Yeah, in the finals, he hasn't had that. He hasn't had that moment. It's a hard moment to come back. Biggest stage, not many people gonna have that.
Yeah.
Yo, Damo, I know you got to bounce, but you got anything to say on the way out?
Yes. Super random, but I just got to get this off my chest for the ones that did see this, because this message needs to be out there. For all of you that were unfortunate enough to watch that UFC White House card, I just need y'all to understand Dana White has ruined a beautiful sport. Dana White has turned a sport I do dearly love into WWE with these racist gimmicks and this Neanderthal behavior. As a community, as a people, Black people, we need to come together and boycott the UFC from now on. Last night, what I watched was deplorable. The rigging of fights, the allowing a white man or a white passing Mexican to stand in the White House octagon and blatantly say Barack Obama's wife is a man and nothing happened to him. It's just another day in the park. This sport can no longer be ran by Dana White. This is ass. This is disgusting. This is deplorable. This is the worst shit I've ever seen in my life when it comes to my favorite combat sport. Never seen some shit like this outside of when the UFC collabed with boxing to do Mayweather and McGregor. Something so nasty and brutal. Again, I know this is nothing to do with basketball. I know it's a super left field. But what I watched last night with a doctor walking in the ring and stopping a fight and some random doctor sprinting in to overturn a doctor stoppage, just so the man can have a chance to win and we extend the round past what the bets were. Yeah, man, I know what I watched on the White House lawn. I know what I watched hosted by Donald Trump. I know what I watched hosted by Dana White. It was super nasty, and I'm saying on camera, the UFC will no longer get none of my dollars after I buy UFC 6. They will not get none of my dollars anymore. I refuse. I am taking a stand, and I offer everyone to take this stand with me. Boycott the UFC.
Are you out, Damo? Are you out, Damo?
After what I watched last night, that was the most bullshit I've ever seen in terms of rigging fights. So many people won fights that weren't supposed to win fights. Chilltown, think a doctor came in the ring, looked at this man's eye and said, "You cannot continue." a random doctor runs in the ring and says, "Oh, no, he joking. It's not. That's not. You can go.
What?
And that man didn't make it past the next round. Yeah, Chilltown, disgusting behavior. They were letting people on the mic get racist tirades off and just say whatever. The current middleweight champion said the N-word on a black stream not too long ago, and he's a former neo-Nazi, and no one seems to care. He brought Kyle Rittenhouse to his black friends training session.
Sure.
Yeah, we're done with the UFC.
Who was that? What's his name?
Sean Strickland. Sean
That's right.
Sean Strickland is a racist piece of shit, and I hope he sees this, and I hope you get this message. I gave you a shot. I really thought people could change. You can't change, you disgusting piece of shit. You can't. You're a racist bastard, and you do racist things to people you call your friends. That's disgusting.
Wait, Damo. So last night that was actually at the White House. Yes,
it was on the White House lawn. Yeah. They were getting trained in the Oval Office. They're walking out of the White House into the ring. Yes.
Oh shit! And so like Donald Trump like collabed with Dana White to make this happen.
Donald Trump and Dana White collabed to make this happen. He walked out with Dana White and they sat side by side the entire event, front row.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it was again. It was the worst stuff I've ever seen in my life. Also, I couldn't imagine Obama allowing a bunch of people playing basketball. Even if he did, I couldn't imagine. And I was a child at that time, but I couldn't imagine the conversations being had about Barack Obama if he allowed an All-Star game to happen on the White House lawn.
And this is a lot. To be honest with you, Damo, this says a lot about the UFC, because somebody like you, who's an advocate of this combat sport, to talk about Dana White, it would be like me coming up here saying, yo, Adam Silver sucks and I ain't watching no more pro basketball. Get Adam Silver out of here. That's what this is the equivalent to, guys, just so you know, because I know how real Damo is when it comes to the UFC. It would be like, yo, Adam Silver can blow. He's awful for the sport. I will not watch any more pro basketball as long as he's involved in it. That's what this is the equivalent to.
Dana White has to sell for me to start watching again. I'm sorry though, but y'all got a lot of super chats.
Later.
All right, Dumbo.
Yeah. Okay, Ron.
Can't hear you, goofy. Damn, I'm so sick of this goofy ass.
Shout out to Brock Bruner 6 for becoming a YouTube member. Polar Bear sent through $9.99 and said the thing with Jalen Brunson is even though he might start a series shooting poorly, he will eventually figure it out. See the first Philly series, Detroit, Miami.
We talked about it. Like, he's one of those guys where as the playoffs progress, he gets better. Yes.
It's a good trait to have.
It is. 100% it is.
All right. Shout out to Thunderfan 9823. Appreciate you for becoming a member. The next super chat I have is from Edu05. Said, watching Celtics IT doing that at my same height really makes me question what I'm doing with my life. Also, stop disrespecting CP3 and Nash.
Edu, do yourself a favor. Like, not everybody could do that. Like, Isaiah Thomas was different. Like, he's not the run-of-the-mill 5'8", 5 foot. No, not everybody could do what he was doing. No.
Nobody could do that.
Yeah, just because you that height does not mean you could do that. No. So relax, brother. You're doing just fine. No.
Zigsaw Puzzle sent through $5 and said, Mitch Johnson is not a winning coach, not securing the rebound, not commanding the team to foul Robinson, fouling with a 9-second shot clock.
Sucks.
Did.
Man, suck.
The coach didn't get the rebound. Yeah.
He meant to just get on the court for a box now. Like, what he meant to do?
Oh my God.
His best rebounder was on the court, and Mitchell Robinson made him look like a little boy. That's what happened.
So I heard last night, y'all, I'm on the way to the house, and I'm listening to Sam Mitchell, and he's even going in talking about that Mitch Johnson needs to fire his staff, even though his one assistant coach is already heading to Orlando.
Sweeney.
Yeah, Sweeney's already heading to Orlando. Correct. But because of that rebound and not putting what's his name, Luke Cornett over there with Mitchell Robinson instead of the big fella, Wembanyama. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of blame going around, but then he was like, he was like, not only that, we were up here talking about De'Aaron Fox not boxing out OG Anunoby. Well, I found out that was actually the coaches told him to go double Jalen Brunson with Cat. I mean, not Cat. I'm sorry, I'm tripping. With Wembanyama, and so it's all the coaches' fault. And his future is in question in San Antonio already. And the best thing for him to do right now is to fire his staff and get some people that are going to pay attention and stuff like that. All right, bro, y'all gotta chill, man.
Relax,
y'all
please.
Gotta chill.
Calm the hell down.
Like that's Mitchell Robinson. He could get that offensive rebound against anybody in the NBA right now. You know what I'm saying?
Might be the best offensive rebounder in the league. So
I think he is, Mars. I think he is.
Johnson's fault.
Yeah, it'd be him or Steven Adams.
Wemby goofy ass can't block out, and both of those guys got him sandwiched. They can't block out. That's Mitch Johnson's fault. I'm sorry, Ron. Go ahead, man. Get this shit out of here.
All right, Lofi sent through $5 and said, "Can you guys finally acknowledge Jalen Brunson is better than Luka Doncic? He is the greatest Knick ever and a top 10 point guard ever. Mavs should have kept Jalen Brunson over Luka Doncic."
Top 10 point guard.
I think I just disagreed with all four statements.
Fellas, really quickly, this is really simple. No, go ahead, Ron.
They low key should have kept him over Luka though.
They should have. They could have just kept.
Yeah, because they traded him anyway.
I thought that's what I did. We could have kept both of them.
Hey, but you guys know my logic on this. I've said this before. Me and Ox talked about this when De'Aaron Fox played with Halliburton. If you're gonna trade somebody, I typically go with trade a better player because you can get more back. So like they could have had a Jalen Brunson led team with all the assets from Luka.
Oh, Anthony Davis and Max Christie. Ooh.
Well, I mean, Luka's value in 2022 was probably a little higher than it was in 2024.
How about this one idea, Ron? How about we keep both of them and we build a unit
Sky
around
green, grass blue.
How about that for an idea, Ron?
What's he talking about?
Fuck is going on?
Oh man, you made it look like I was just coming off a finals run. He had more value in 20.
Yeah, hey, De'Aaron Fox just came off a finals run. We just acknowledged. No, you know, because I'm not comparing Luka Doncic. I'm not comparing their runs. What I'm saying is there were more questions for Luka in 2024 offseason than there would have been in the 2022 offseason.
I think Luka did have more value in 22.
He was younger.
Yeah, he was younger. He was like 20 pounds lighter. I think he.
You also got to remember, Luka got traded in 25, actually, not 22, and he was dealing with injuries. I mean, not 24, and he was dealing with injuries that year. But that statement was funny, so salute you.
Shout out to De'Aaron Fox.
Avery, this nigga, Ron. Good job.
I mean, that's easy work. Avery said, "Flow like a butterfly, sting like a bee." Said, "Great POs, great playoffs and games overall. However, a lot of the stars underperformed. Brunson led in scoring at 28 points per game, which is second fewest in the last 40 seasons."
I wonder what the fewest is, maybe like 04 or something.
Yeah, but that doesn't really, that being the second fewest doesn't really say too much because first off, Jalen Brunson made a finals run. Typically, the people that lead the playoffs in scoring play 4 games, 6 games, 3 games, whatever the case may be.
I was right. It is 04. I'm actually so smart.
Yeah, I think he averaged 28.4 this run on like 45, 36, 85 splits or something like that. So,
what did Chauncey average, Mars?
17.
Shit. 16 and a half.
17.
On 38% from the field.
Shout out Chauncey. I should have put him in that. In that Brunson versus the field.
He was playing well.
I'm taking Chauncey, just to let you know, Ron.
Hunter King 3200 sent through $5 and said, "Last year, y'all ranked every champ from the last 7 years. Where do the Knicks rank in that list? I say 3 behind the Raptors and the Lakers." Before you guys answer this, we're actually going to do this segment tomorrow. So, hey, Hunter King, thank you for the $5 super chat. But tune in tomorrow. We're going to rank the last 8 champions over this decade. I can't wait. It's going to be an interesting and funny segment. The next super chat I got is from Boricua 9071. Said Tiago Splitter to coach the Bulls. Good hire. He just got hired this morning.
Salute to him. I don't think the Blazers should have got rid of him for real.
I don't have an opinion until I know who they draft. Like, teams like that, their off season is predicated on the draft. Like the Grizzlies, the Jazz, the Wizards, like it's all gonna be dependent on who they take and how they build around those players. Or with those players.
I want the Bulls to be good so bad. Like, please, Memphis, don't take Cam.
All right, the next. Shout out to Max C, became a YouTube member. Salute to Max. Appreciate you for joining up. D Barber 1313 said, so Knicks are better than 2011 Mavs? LeBron's collapse versus the Spurs collapse, wash out in the end. Is it just stats based? Does the level of competition matter?
The Mavs played better competition by far in terms of the Heat, Thunder, and Lakers. That's just better than what the Knicks played. But the Knicks also dominated their competition in a way that literally no other team in NBA history has. The Knicks lost 3 games in the postseason by a combined 6 points.
That's crazy.
They lost by 1 both times to Atlanta, and they lost by 4 to the Spurs. So their losing margin is an average of 2. And they were blowing teams out and then beat the Spurs in close games every time down. Like, that level of statistical dominance is unheard of. They were the best offense and best defense in the playoffs. Not many teams in NBA history can say they were statistically the best offense and defense. So I think the Knicks. So I think from that lens, it's like, yeah, statistically, the Knicks had a better run in terms of their dominance. Aggregating for opponents and whatnot, you could maybe say the Mavs had a better run in terms of who they played. But in terms of performance, I think it's the Knicks quite easy. Personally.
Pure dominance.
All right. The next super chat I got is from Alan L. Capital L. Alan said, if you could not be ass and win, it would be cool too. Maybe my standards are just too high. Shout out to my guys JB and OG.
You'd rather play trash and win than play great and lose if you're a player. That's how I think most players feel anyway. There might be some outliers, but for the most part, that's how they feel.
All right. Avery sent through another $5 and said Wemby played 5 more minutes in the playoffs versus RS, but still versus the regular season, but still dropped in many categories across the board, along with worse shooting splits. Outlier or trend for Wemby?
He played more than 5 minutes per game. It's just the games in which he left in the first 5 minutes kind of dragged down the average. Also drags down his scoring averages and whatnot. I also think Wemby played about as good as he did in the regular season as he did in the playoffs. I don't think it's a big gap.
He has a 1 run. There's not enough to signify.
I think he's asking, do you think it's an outlier? Like going forward, do you think this is going to be an outlier run or this is going to be the trend? Like, do you think Wemby's going to be a playoff dropper? That's what he's asking, basically.
Probably.
I don't even think Wemby dropped. So
whatever that means. Well, I'm saying from a stat perspective, maybe he's probably like less efficient or something.
Yeah, I would expect that.
Yeah.
All right, DSG Piccolo sent through $5 and said, I'd like to thank Tiago Splitter for taking over after Chauncey got in that mess. Hope he improves. Now, who wants to take Jeremy Grant off my hands? Real talk? 3-and-D guy for LA?
No, sir. No, thank you. We'll maybe consider Tumani if y'all want to give that up. Even Drew, he'd be great. Y'all want Marcus Smart or something? Wait, Drew's still making all that money, huh? Never mind.
I don't know if it's just about fit, real talk or whatever, but like Jeremy Grant is so much better than Tumani. Maybe it's just like the money and like the fit and all that stuff. But Jeremy Grant is like,
I do think Jeremy Grant in the right situation probably is
way better than Tumani.
I don't know about that, but probably. Wemby's efficiency is actually statistically better in the playoffs in the regular season. Not by enough to where it's relevant, but slightly better. So even that part's not true.
We'll salute
all right.
him,
Official JTT sent through $4.99 and said, serious convo, guys. Does Jalen Brunson have a better legacy than these players? Kyrie, Harden, KD, Russ.
Legacy, probably some of these players. Because that's not just like, oh, how good of a player you were. It has other things that go into that.
Tamina.
Jalen Brunson PR finna be at an all-time high.
I mean, yeah, you win a title for the Knicks. Like,
man,
I just hope he
not
takes
much more,
advantage of
not
this.
much better you can do, to be honest. Like, I would say win a title for the Lakers, but they win chips so often. It's like, cool. You win a title for a big franchise that never wins. What more can you do? Like,
you know what, Jalen Brunson might want to consider retiring.
It doesn't get better than this.
Hey,
it really doesn't get better than this.
But hey,
I mean, they might go back to back, maybe, but it don't get better than this. I'm gonna be honest.
I would retire.
Shit, I'm finna sign that.
Money.
I'm finna sign that next contract to pull a De'Aaron Fox.
Now we understand why Michael Jordan did it. Now we understand.
Yeah, like you know what? Damn it, call it. I would quit. Yep, quit. I'm done. I got enough money. I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not finna tear me down because I don't win another championship or because I lose in the first round next year or some shit like that. No way. I'm not.
Fuck that. I'm finna go get 350 of them things and pull a De'Aaron Fox. All right.
Oh shit. Yeah, that next contract is gonna be crazy.
JY Shoe 21 said Ox indeed described Mars. He's stat obsessed and chooses not to use them all, advanced stats, just the ones that fit his narrative in said topic.
Is that true, Mars?
Mars?
People have their thoughts on what I do in conversations. The stats I use are quite well documented and easy to access. Net ratings, net swings, true shooting, points per 75 and whatnot. Pretty sure that's it. There might be some other ones. Oh, tracking data. I use tracking data like mid-range numbers and rim field goal percentage and rim frequency. So tracking data I use.
I do think you were nasty for like breaking up SGA's true shooting being better than or higher than Jalen Brunson's.
But Ron said Brunson was more efficient. Me using
I know, but I think like I don't know. That being carried by that one game. But because you like to discredit like Devin Booker's 24 against Minnesota and say how that's
Brunson
like
had what
fake.
2 efficient games out of 5, maybe 1.
Brunson was a better scorer against the Spurs, in my opinion.
I'm not saying he wasn't. I even agreed with the statement. I corrected the efficiency part of the statement. I didn't even disagree with the statement. If you say X player was more efficient, then I say, oh, actually, he wasn't. That's not me disagreeing with the overarching point that Brunson played better against the Spurs, because I think he did. The point of the more efficient part was just wrong. He even then said, oh, Brunson averaged 32 and Shea averaged 25. I was like, yeah, that's true. I still said Brunson scored better. The efficiency part is just incorrect by a scoring efficiency part. Now, I think true shooting has its own flaws that I think should be looked at. But you can't just say someone's more efficient and then when they're not efficient, I say they're not efficient. And that's disingenuous. I don't think that's accurate. I think that's just me being correct. But
I mean, if he was more, how many? That doesn't even matter. Go ahead, Ron.
The next super chat is from Sadul Berry. Sadul Berry said, Mars, I get your point on Jalen Brunson, but at the end of the day, only a 1A can have the closeout game he had. 45 points on the road. Becky was just wrong.
Oh, I wasn't saying Becky was right. I was just talking about what Domo said about Finals MVP being the best player in his team in one game, which, as the games were unfolding, was a common opinion. Now, in hindsight, not as much, but as they were unfolding, that was the common opinion.
All right. Shout out to Joe One Kenobi. Appreciate you for joining up. If you're not a member yet, join up as a member. On Sundays and Thursdays, we have our members only streams. We'll have that fired up again this Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. I hope to see all the members there. The next super chat I got is from Momentous Chat. Momentous said, purposely strawmanning other side to make your viewpoint more logical. Winning is the goal, but we try to isolate the players' contributions to the win.
You're strong manning my argument. because that's not what I did. Actually, the first thing that I said. The first thing that I said about Jalen Brunson's game 4, and game 5 is that he played well. So that would indicate me addressing the individual analysis of him and his performance. And then on top of that, it led and drove winning. That's what I was saying. I wasn't just saying, oh, he won. There are plenty of players that I shit on even when they win. A la a Tyrese Halliburton, who would be mid all game, hit the game winner, and then I have to come up here and hear niggas talking about he top 10 in the league after having 11 and 8.
That's what Brunson did in game 1.
And I don't think he played that well. Well, actually, he played well the whole fourth. Tyrese would hit a shot. That's number 1. But number 2, Tyrese also didn't have the games 4 and 5 that Brunson had.
Yeah, game 7 got robbed from us. That's what happened.
Yeah,
game 7 got robbed
from
us.
I'm so sure.
I wanted to see what would happen. I'm not saying he would have kept it.
I want to see it
because he was on pace for about 96. But I wanted to see what we got robbed again. That's unfortunate.
So yes, I do take into account individual performance always. I will never not take that into account. But I do think that some of y'all, because yes, winning is unfair, you know what I'm saying, and stuff isn't always equal, that we do try to discount winning too much sometimes. Winning will always matter.
Make winning matter again.
All right, D Ford 125. And shout out Mr. Anderson before that just became a YouTube member. Salute to you. D Ford 125 said it's easy to kick a man when he's down, but can we get a start bench cut between D Fox, Bronny, and Caitlin Clark? Hashtag Spurs and 9.
Start Caitlin, bench De'Aaron, cut Bronny.
Facts.
Start Caitlin.
I'm so sure.
And that's that. It don't really even matter with the last 2 shit. Mm-hmm. Hey, Bronny would have did better in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
Derek Mitchell sent through $5 and said, respectfully, Domino, I'm not actually a Knicks fan, so there's nothing to dust off. I was simply drawing a parallel between the 2 situations.
Don't even remember the situations he's talking about.
Damn, Domino. All right, we got 3 more members chats. The first one I got is from Macho Man 1243. Said, Victim Wimp Benyama.
He should be suspended for playoffs next year, by the way.
Dang, Wimp. 8 Gates Lee said, Dub Harden, El Mello. Does that say 32 months? It does say 32 months. 8 Gates Lee.
Which Mello is he saying? El Mello. Oh, Carmelo, because Brunson took over New York. Okay.
But why Dub Harden?
Because
he's running around doing his John Morant. Makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Also, Jalen Brunson is better than Carmelo Anthony. I mean, I said that even before they won a championship, and he had that performance. But just
I said I think he's a better Knick than Melo. I agree with that. He's on my Knicks Mount Rushmore. I said that as well.
Shout out JB, man. Yak Man just sent through a super sticker. Thanks, Yak Man. Appreciate the sticker. And last but not least, LaFlame Celtics sent through a members chat and said, that man Lowe got to chill.
That the De'Aaron Fox thing that's been going viral?
Yeah, probably. The De'Aaron Fox clips.
I've been seeing a lot of Lowe clips on my timeline.
Yeah. He's a clip farmer now.
Yeah. Shout out all the farmers out there, regardless of what you're farming, man. Shout out to them. All right, y'all. It's been fun. It's been real. We'll be back same time tomorrow. The off season has officially kicked off. Tomorrow, we are going to talk about one of the biggest rumors in the basketball world right now. Where will Giannis end up? Until then, in between now and then, you guys have a good afternoon, evening, night, wherever you are in the world, morning, wherever you're at. Appreciate you for tapping in. We'll be back soon. We out.
Christmas.
Peace.